Good morning and welcome to Jewellery Maker. Great to have your company. I'm Vicki, going to be with you for the next 4 hours, bringing you, well, what can only be stated as a fantastic Friday feast of jewellery making opportunities. We really are going to be able to give you an amazing arrangement of beautiful gemstones, and we have tools, and we have all of your needs ticked for this weekend of fun, and it is going to be an amazing weekend. This is just the beginning. Of course, we are launching brand new die cutter tomorrow, so we're really excited about that. But we've got loads of almost like it's the perfect stepping stone. This is the perfect aperitif. I didn't say a pair of teeth, I said aperitif for the weekend to come, because it is going to be brilliant. And of course, we have a brilliant show based on not just all the ingredients, but of course our amazing guest designer, and that is the lovely Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
Last of stock for the bead loom today.
I know. So if you didn't manage to grab hold of it in the last few times it's been on, do get it today. I am going to give you a good demo on the bead loom. So if you ever thought you can't do it, it's so easy. Please, just follow the demo and grab it when you can, because once it's gone, we don't know when it's going to come back. Yeah,
I'm really quite specific on this. I've been told that I have to highlight the fact that this is last of stock, because we've had a lot of people who have come to go for it, and then we haven't had it. This is literally it for what we have in stock for present time, and I don't know when the next time we're going to get it in. We've just had a new shipment in of all of our brand new tools and things like that, and obviously the shipments come, every so often, so that therefore means that this could be the last time for a little bit. So please do be warned about that. So that's the bead loom, but we will definitely have some time with you on that one later on, Sarah. Yes. We've got a challenge for Sarah, which I'm going to love with the bead. Oh, Matt, the challenge is wicked today. I love it. Now, I will just highlight the fact that you will have seen the challenge offer yesterday, but we've got the bigger quantity, and I know just so many people missed out yesterday, like ridiculous amounts of people missed out yesterday. You're not going to miss out today. We have a larger quantity. All will be revealed later on. But before that, we start our day with the early bird. Yes, good morning, Doris. How are you doing today? Oh, she's doing well. Tweet, tweet is what she says. Well, I tell you what, we are going to give you an amazing beginning to the show, because if you want classic and you want timeless and you want jewelry to really get you noticed, there is pretty much one gemstone that really does encompass all of that. What is it? Pearls. Oh yeah. Classic, elegant, timeless pearls, and we are about to bring you something very special in this deal. Absolutely glorious, elegant jewelry potential from this one strand. When you start to see the way the light shimmers against the quality of these pearls, it really is timeless. Now, I think that there's something about pearls like this where you could go for perhaps bridal jewellery. I mean, literally. Kim's just said that her one of her friends did exactly that, had just a classic pearl necklace just like this one with a matching bracelet, and she was getting married. She was getting married, and that's exactly what she had as her bridal jewellery. Classic pearls, classic pearl bracelet, was it? Little stud earrings. Job done. Yeah, it is the kind of, it could be bridal, but the nicest part about pearls is that it could be anything you want. What I love about this kind of quality of pearl is that it could be the likes of day wear, going to work and just wearing simple open shirt, or alternatively it could actually be going out for an evening out with your little black dress number. It could be heading to the shops in your jeans and your little smart t-shirt, and you just want to lift and go for quality. You know what I mean? There is so much versatility in pearls. It really is timeless. A full strand you're about to gain from us, a full strand. Your white cultured top drilled nuggets. The size of these are 7x5 to 8x5 millimeter. One price tag. Classic, timeless, elegant pearls for just $6.95. Now that's why I'm saying we've got the Friday feeling here on Jewellery Maker today. You've got to have that Friday feeling when you've got quality pearls of this grade coming your way. £6.95. How much would you expect to pay? How much are you going to charge for that pearl necklace that you're selling? All you need to do is perhaps just to add a little simple clasp. Maybe you got one of our amazing box clasps, our sterling silver box clasps over the past week or so. If you have, well, add one of those clasps and you have got yourself a truly elegant and timeless piece of jewellery. And that's, I mean, this really does give perspective. I've got a very simple black dress on today, and actually black dresses are very, you know, they're easy wear, but you do definitely need something to lift. You definitely need something to give it a charisma, or, you know, something to take away the plain. This takes away the plain. It takes you to another level of elegance and style. And that's what you've got for $6.95. That's what you've got the opportunity to work with for less than £7. I mean, you say pearls and you don't even expect to say less than £10, let alone go to $6.95. You've got to agree with me that, you know, the word pearl instantly induces a sense of quite costly elegance, you know, that sense of sophisticated, stylish, but you're going to have to hand over a decent wad of cash to own them. Not here. A beautiful elegance. And what I like about this is you've got that traditional pearl, but with a bit of a contemporary feel thanks to the top drill design. You know, so you've got a little bit more of that haphazard feel about it. It doesn't have a structure where they obviously, we often go for classic rounds, and the classic round is just that, it's very classic, whereas it feels these are a little bit more contemporary because you have that lovely cascade effect, because you've got the droplets rather than the rounds. It gives a little sense of something different, but it's still beautiful and it's still timeless. It's the jewellery that you're going to wear day in, day out, and you've got it for $6.95. Timeless jewellery. That's what you got the chance to make today for less than £7. I've got a great quantity, so that means you can multi-buy on this. And obviously with pearls, you've got to expect the fact that people will give you that compliment. People will say, gosh, that's beautiful jewellery. And they won't expect for you to say, I made it, because people don't expect people who make jewellery to work with pearls. Why not? Why shouldn't we be working with some of the timeless gemstones in the world? That you have the chance right now. So buy two. Buy one for yourself, make up your jewellery, and then just wait for somebody to give you that compliment of, wow, they're gorgeous. Where did you get those from? Oh, you made it. Could you make me one? And that's, I'm sure, well, in fact, I know that happens, because on a day-to-day basis, when I'm talking to the likes of you, Sara, you know, and any of our guest designers, they'll often go, oh yeah, I got a commission from this. So I mean, Gemma Crow said the other day, she's wearing a beautiful ring. I said, oh, that ring's gorgeous. She went, oh, 3 or 4 people have said that. I've had to make 2 others because people have asked me to make them for them.
My latest commission came from a piece I was wearing, and a lady stopped me and said, that's really lovely. Can you make me, where did you get it from? And when I said I made it, she said, oh, can you make me one? And I said, yes, I can make you one. She said, oh, right, well, we'll schedule when we can, I said, we'll schedule when we can choose gemstones and things like that. And I actually, she's a lady from my school, my son's school, and I actually took my gemstones in. We sat at the school when we were doing pick-up, chose the gemstones for the piece, and I'm taking it back in next week for her.
That's exactly how it is, though, you know, when you're making jewellery that is so different, because, you know, you can go for the traditional, where you just go for a classic standard necklace that you could get in your jewellery shop, or you can take those ingredients and change it up and make it something totally different that nobody else has got, and then you're making your jewellery stand out from the crowd. You're making yourself stand out from the crowd. But the nicest part about it is then you have the chance to be able to, you know, get that reward of somebody saying that's beautiful, and then have that, hopefully, that potential to be able to sell your jewellery, even if you're not intending to make a business out of jewellery making. The nicest part about it, if you've got a friend who says that's gorgeous, well, you take that on board, you go, oh, actually, that's a really nice birthday present, or that's a really great, you know, Christmas present, or, you know, so you've not, even if you're not selling your jewellery, you've still got the chance to almost commission to get something special to somebody, based on their own tastes and their own designs. $6.95. It's not a bad price tag now, that is it. Not bad at all. Great way to start the show, because don't forget, £2.95 is your postage and packing that you pay for the whole day, so you can add as many times as you like on that single P&P. It doesn't mean to say that there's any restriction you on size, on quantity, on opportunity. You can add as many times as you like. That's for the day show. We have got lots going on today, of course. Let's not forget we also have our late show as well from 5 till 9, so you can just keep on adding to your order for that one price tag, £2.95. Right then, that's just the beginning. We've only just begun, as the saying goes. And they all sing this song in my ear. How gorgeous. I just want to give us a little bit of a heads up, because as you can see, I am what's the word, surrounded literally by amazing offers today. You've got some glorious ice-like qualities of crackle quartz coming up later on. And I think you have to agree that as we start to get a little bit chillier in the atmosphere, as we start to then have to accept the fact that cardigans are necessary when you're dropping the kids off at school, of which I rebelled against the day before yesterday and shouldn't have, because I was absolutely freezing. You know, you need your cardies, you need your thermals on. Well, as we head towards those winter wonderland times, you need the winter wonderland of gemstones, and you've certainly got that there. So your 3 strands and these glorious faceted floral designs of crackle quartz, fabulous. Again, just leading you to something different. We also have coming your way today very, very special. You are talking about the most amazing gemstone to have at the moment, because we haven't had a lot of topaz in recent months, and then we've had a little flurry all of a sudden, and this has got to be one of the best of the flurry, because you have got here the perfect teardrops of topaz. This is of course December's birthstone, so it's a really great stone to have for those of you who are making Christmas gifts, those of you who are selling your jewellery. You want to have, of course, all of your birthstones on your stall. This is the gemstone to have. These are your aqua blue topaz. What a beautiful way to describe them, because that's exactly what you've got. Aqua tones, these lovely, softer, delicate blues, which will really illuminate the light through the gemstone. You've got lots more as well. Let's just talk about some more drops. And what a drop. We actually, both Sarah and I, when we stood this morning, both went, oh, these are special. These are so good looking. I mean, the moment you see not just the quality of the gem, but the quality of the faceting, you are going to be delighted at the fact, I can tell you, this strand coming in at less than £20 today. This strand less than £20. And I mean, smoky quartz of this quality, this is the thing that we have to highlight. When you're looking at the quality of a gem like this, you absolutely know each one of them is going to be a feature, an asset to your jewellery making. I mean, there's a potential for you to just look and say, okay, I'm going to make myself 20 pairs of earrings, and I'm going to see how much I can make out of one strand. Financially, I mean, you know, you could sell smoky quartz earrings until you're blue in their face, because they're never going to go out of fashion, are they? Working with the little pearls. Ooh, how's that? Smoky quartz and pearls. I'll go for that one, yes please. We've got lots and lots still to look forward to today, but it's time for the challenge. Ooh. Now, Sarah already knows what's in the tube.
I know, I haven't opened it though.
I already know what's in the tube. It's pretty special. Yesterday, we had it's a different code, but it's the same tube. And inside here, it's sold out. And I mean, literally, didn't even touch the sides and sold out. But when you see it, you know why, don't you?
Well, you do, because there's something you're going to use so much, and it's just going to add so much to your jewellery.
Ready? When you see inside this tube, you've got to know that yesterday we had a stock, but definitely not everything that we had in the vaults. This is the biggest stock. Oh, nearly came out there. Imagine if they just spilled everywhere. That would have been just the start of my weekend. This is the largest stock. So if you missed out yesterday, don't miss out today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. hematite sources, and look, I mean, I can't even guess how many you're getting in this, because it's endless. It literally is going to be an endless supply of your sources. When you start to consider how far these kind of stones, the impact they can have to your jewelry. If you're using them as spacers is one thing. If you use them as a featured gemstone, it's another thing altogether. You know, you've got so much potential from this one tube. And the nicest part about a tube like this is that they literally are so versatile.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're going to put them as spacer beads, you're going to use them on the bottom of tassels on your chain because they've got that lovely weight to them. If you have got the bead loom, they're going to be brilliant for going on the bead loom. If you're into komihimo, they're going to be great for being beady komihimo.
Oh, do the beady
yes.
Oh, yes, please.
They're going to be amazing
like
for that. They're going to be amazing for adding onto your wire work pieces. They're just going to be so versatile. You're going to literally have these along with your findings as something you just have to have on your beading table all the time.
And I think the thing is that with a tube like this, I think when you see them in the tube, you go, well, that looks like there's quite a lot in there. But when you actually start to pour them out, that's when you really do get a sense of how much. Ready?
Go on.
Hang on a minute, hold that.
Hold that.
I'm going to get the board.
Okay.
I'm going to get the board. I'm going to get the board because I need to see the pile.
Yes, you do.
I need to see it. I'll put it there.
Oh, go on. I'll let you do it because I'm not to be trusted with this sort of demonstration.
Ready? Oh yeah. Keep going. This is still all the gold. This is still all the gold. We're still in the gold. I've got a couple of the coloured ones, but now there. That's just a third. That's just a third. Now if I just flatten them out, look at that.
There's so many.
Okay. That's just a third. Ready again? Look at those. They are gorgeously Christmassy colours actually, aren't they?
They are, and the thing I love about these is that whatever you put next to them, they kind of seem to pick it up.
Yeah, they do.
So you might pick one of these up and think, oh, it's very pinky coloured, and then you put it next to a green gemstone, it seems to go green.
Yeah.
I don't know how it does it, but it's just amazing, amazing.
Really interesting, aren't they? Okay, we've got 2/3, but we're still there. Keep going. Oh yeah. Look at that for a quantity. And I have to say, when you see them from the top, that is a huge amount of gems. That is a ridiculous amount, isn't it? That is extraordinary. Now, when you think how far they're going to go, I mean, when you start to consider how many strands there is to make up this, I mean, and of course they're spacer beads as well, which means they really are going to make that massive impact to your jewellery making. That is a lot. That is a lot of opportunity for one price tag. Now we are guaranteeing you 400 carats of your hematite within this one tube. It is a full tube at that, and it's one price tag only. And that price tag, well, I'm sure if you saw yesterday, the reason that it sold out yesterday was because of the price tag, and the reason it's going to sell out today is because of the price tag. Yours for the taking for just £6.95. It's going to go so far, and yet it's only £6.95 when you consider what you got by for £6.95 in the jewellery world. Well, the facts are is that it is almost a no-brainer to think to yourself, well, I can't afford to miss out on a tube like this. I just simply can't afford to miss out on a deal that offers me so much potential in one tube for £6.95. And you know, again, that's £6.95. If you pay your postage packaging, you're still less than a tenner. And really, in all honesty, I don't think there's many places, and there's not that many opportunities where you get to get so much versatility from one product for less than £7, and then let's add in the postal packaging and still be less than a tenner. An amazing opportunity there. Congratulations if you've tuned in today. You really have got to make the most of this, because as I say, sold out yesterday. Different product code. It was a different product code yesterday, but they are the same product. But as you can see here, we are giving you an offer at £6.95, and we believe, just like yesterday, it will be a sellout, but we do have the larger quantity today. We do have the larger quantity today. £6.95. £6.95. Actually, I was going to leave that with you, and then I thought, you've got
I've already got mine.
Yeah.
And they're already sorted out for me. I just need to put them in the beading tray.
Lovely. I'll let you get on.
Thank you.
I presume you're beading loom.
I'm going to do a project on the bead loom, and I'm going to only do half of it, so that when you guys come back for a demonstration, you can see me in action, actually bead looming with these. So I want to actually show you how to use these on the bead loom. So it's going to be a really great demo using not only my challenge but the bead loom.
£6.95 is all you pay for that. Congratulations! It's a really sensational opportunity, because when you see the bead loom creation, I think one of the nicest things about the bead loom is that with that kind of shape, it's just going to look so indulgent, isn't it? It's going to have a really. I'm excited about that. I love the bead loom. It's one of my favourite products.
I know, it's so easy.
Really love it. Those of you who don't know what the bead loom is, look. Now, this is the last of stock. You see the bead loop, this is my kind of jewellery, you see. I just like simple. I think it's also because it's quite structured. I quite like structured jewellery.
Yes.
I'm not really a haphazard kind of a girl. Yeah, I've never been haphazard, ever. Haphazard just doesn't, me and my sister are very opposite like that, but me and my sister are very opposite in many ways. Incredibly close, but that's because probably opposites attract, don't they, as friends. And I find it fascinating. She can be so haphazard and she's so creative, and like, but me, exact opposite. I need structure. I need, just things that are very simple. Simple is as simple does, I think, is what they say, isn't it? Right then. Ten strands, and this is going to be a big deal, and I mean big deal. Now, we would standardly say your pricing on a single strand, £6.95. Yeah, you used to see this on air, £6.95. That's what happened. £6.95 is a great price tag for a single strand. If I said to you, it's not going to be 6, it's not going to be 5, it's not going to be 4, and it's not going to be 3, you'd think I was going to stop there, wouldn't you? Because if it's not going to be 3, it's not even going to be £2 a strand. Ooh! Yes, it's not going to even be £2 a strand on this deal. I have got to ask you if you like deals. If you are somebody who searches out a bargain, you are on the phone lines right now. If you're going to buy on the web, www.JewelleryMaker.com. This is your she sells. I said that wrong. She sells seashells. I'll keep practicing that while you make the purchase, because you have got here 10 feature strands of shell. You've got your green hollow 5-leaf petal shell. You've got there your blue, royal blue donuts. You've got your brown shell donuts. You've also got your brown shell nuggets. You've got your white shell nuggets, your blue and green shell nuggets. You've got your orange nuggets, your green shell ovals, orange ovals as well, and finishing it all off your multi-shells as well. All together for one price tag. Fantastic potential here. As I say, not 6 or 5 or 4 or 3 or even £2 a strand. It should be a lot higher, but today it's a lot lower. You're getting all 10 strands for £14.95. That's working out less than £1.50 a strand. Less than £1.50 a strand. It's a go, go, go. 0800 644 655. Join us at www.JewelleryMaker.com. Let's take them off and let's just show you them against the... Oh my goodness me. I love those. Those are amazing. Less than £1.50 a strand, and just look at those colours. I mean, imagine if you just placed You know, if you put the gorgeous greens against the smoky quartz, I mean, just how well that would look for your autumn and winter collection. How glamorous this is as a complement of colours. I mean, I really love the orange and the green. Put those together. What about mixing them as a nice design? I mean, something funky, something different. You know, we're going into the autumn collection, but that doesn't mean to say that we have to go dull and dank about our jewellery. In fact, the exact opposite. You know, as the skies turn grey, we need to have jewellery that lifts us, empowers us and gives us energy. We don't want something that reflects the dullness and the dankness of life. So let's enjoy the jewellery that we've got there. $14.95, less than $1.50 a strand. I mean, just take a look at those blues, tropical blue skies. I mean, fabulous individual pieces. $14.95 is already paid. Let's have a look at these ones as well. Let's take a look. Cappuccino colours that you've these are all less than £1.50 a strand. Less than £1.50 a strand. Got some beautiful carnelian-esque oranges coming together. This would go great. We've got a kit coming up later on in the show. These would go so well as an additional strand with those. Wouldn't it? Just that's the tone. Just definitely. It's such a warm, rich tone as well. You can't help but feel happy. And I have to say, you have enthused about this kit. The kit that it was one that I opened it up, and as a designer it just ticked every single box. It just made you feel really happy when you opened it up, and it just kept coming out and out and out. That's the thing. And this is a nice thing about like the 10 strand bundle is that if you have something already in your stash, I could pretty much guarantee that something in this bundle will match or give you a nice contrast against what you've already got to work with. So this might be a really nice way of making your jewellery go further without having to invest in, you know, your 30, 40, 50 pounds. You make your jewellery go further for $14.95. That's £1.50, less than £1.50 a strand. That's less than £1.50 a strand. If you'd like to join us, of course, don't forget it's a first come first served opportunity. And I think the best thing to say is that, for example, let's just take another colour. Coming up in the first kit today, you have this gorgeous pink leather, and you've got that. But watch this. Watch this. Can you just see how something in this bundle will go with something that we have coming today? Let's take exactly, okay, let's just make another point of proving this. You've got your blue topaz. Let's put it with, I actually think I would put it with the creams myself. Just go for a little bit of a soft, subtle hue. But then you might want to go, no, Vix, let's go for out now funky style. Let's go for the blues with those ocean greens. And you could do that too. You've got loads of potential to get lots and lots of variety out of your jewellery by using strands that are less than £1.50 a piece. It's a lot of jewellery potential there. That's a lot of jewellery. That's a lot of jewellery. That was a really bad impression of Cilla Black, wasn't it? That was I don't want a heart. I can't do that either. Anyway. Let's move on, and let's move on to the first kit of the day. And the one thing that you see when you look at that, I mean, that's really fun. I was about to say it's really a powerful kit, and then I looked up and I read the word power and I went, oh, I wonder if that was subliminal. But it is power of pink coming at you within this kit, and the pinks are just, oh, wow, they are just amazing. The colour of this pink is vivid. This is bright, neon, crisp, vivacious pink. This is going to be statement jewelry. In fact, I've got a pair of earrings on, and you might have noticed, because I said to Sarah this morning, so I've got a full black outfit on, much to I'm sure my family will be texting me at some point today going, you're wearing black again, and I'll text back going, thanks, I know. The thing is that I said to Sarah, I said, okay, I've got black on. I need something that gives me a bit of colour, like just give me a pop of colour. And what did Sarah pass to me to wear? A pop of colour. And they are just the difference between wearing a simple black outfit that perhaps just would go unnoticed, and how about that? Just add that colour, add that pop of vibrancy, and it can change an outfit literally. And I've looked at my wardrobe. Do you have those days? Right, and this was me last night. last night, oh, honestly, you'd think that I had nothing in my wardrobe to wear. Oh, I was pulling my hair out. I didn't know what I didn't know what to wear. Oh, those days just annoy the life out of me because I'm looking at clothes and I like my wardrobe, you know, some days I like it, sometimes I wish I had different things, but you know, I mean, I can't be picky. I'm a lucky enough lady to have a wardrobe and a half, and still, I've got my husband's wardrobe as well, but don't tell him. Do you think everybody does that? I've got
3.5 out of the 5 wardrobes, door spaces we've got, the doors that open, so I've got 3.5 out of the 5.
Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2. 5 out of 6. Oh, really? Please don't tell him. Right? You've got Tom. You've got all this to look forward to. As soon as you make the choice to move in with a woman properly, we're a nightmare. We are a nightmare. No more storage for you. He looks really happy about that, doesn't he? The thing is that you have those moments where you don't know what to wear, and if you don't know what to wear, my biggest thing is I turn to black. Literally, I go for black because I just go for, I don't know what I'm going to wear, just go for a little black dress, and it's, you know, you're going to be safe, because I was in that eggy mood. And actually today, and I thought to myself last night, okay, just go for black, don't worry about it, because Sarah will have some gorgeous jewellery which will change the look. And that's exactly what I did. And that's the lovely thing about jewellery, it can transform your outfits. It literally can go from going, oh, I don't know what to wear, or I'm just going to go for something safe, or I really just want to I want to feel comfortable. Yeah. Your jewellery can transform that outfit that you've had in your wardrobe for years. This has been in my wardrobe for years, literally, and actually I feel like I'm wearing something different today because I've got my jewellery that's changed it and given it a different look. And that's what I like about jewellery. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a whole different feel about your wardrobe, get a whole different feel. And the nicest part about obviously making your own jewellery is once you've made it, you wear it, you can break it down again, and you can make something different, which can then twist up the wardrobe and twist up your jewellery collection with just the sake of maybe 5 or 10 minutes, because breaking down jewellery and remaking it doesn't have to take a huge length of time, but it can have a massive impact to your overall look. And this is going to do that for you, because it's going to give you that colour, it's going to give you that powerhouse of impact to your jewellery. That's a powerhouse. That really is a kick of colour. Let's add in the black, just to give it that nice almost silhouette effect. So you've got your black agate flat ovals, and those are 16 by 12. Then you've got your pink, and it's powerhouse pink that we're talking about. These gorgeous coated quartz, 7mm. We're adding in some gorgeous bicorns, one of our most popular shapes within our vaults at the moment out here. And I mean, you know, we've got flowers, we've got fish, we've had crosses, we've had everything, but the one substantial shape that we get requested for more and more are bicorns, because they just offer such an amazing dynamic and quite a luxurious dynamic to your jewellery without you having to do a huge amount. They instantly add luxury to the look of your jewellery. So you've got your 3 strands there of your rutile quartz, your agate and your quartz, and then we're adding in, and you've already seen the leather. Yes, you have got your 5 meters of leather as well, and it just instantly draws you in to think, oh, there's loads more potential the moment you've got an extra ingredient like that to your jewellery making. All of your beading threads, your monofilaments and your elastics. We were talking and saying that perhaps we need to do a little bit more with our elastic and our monofilament, because I think we actually underestimate it. I think we underestimate the potential of elastic within jewellery. Mark was saying it the other day, and I was like, you know what, you're right, Mark, because I think a lot of people go, well, I get those anyway, but then you put them to one side because, well, I don't know, you know, you kind of maybe you haven't challenged yourself recently. If you're going to challenge yourself with using the different ingredients to pull your jewellery together, because you never know what you might get out of it. And then let's add in one more thing. Let's add in your findings, and findings are the essential. They bring your jewellery and finish it off in style. Things like chain and toggle clasps and shepherd hooks, and things like head pins and eye pins and crimp beads. And for those of you who watch it for the first time, go, what's a head pin? What's an eye pin? What does a jump ring do? Well, the good news is is that we offer you a free tutorial booklet and DVD with your first purchase with us, which gives you step-by-step guide, and it tells you exactly how you can get started with jewellery making. Not only do you get the booklet, you get an hour-long DVD as well, where you can stop and start and do your techniques alongside the instructions. So you've got those that come free of charge with your first purchase with us. So literally the moment you say, right, I'm ready to give this a go, we then give you this offer and says that literally supports you all the way through getting started into jewellery making. But a little bit of a bonus, I'd like to say, is that if it isn't right once you've made your jewellery, if you think to yourself, okay, I've tried it, but it's not for me, guess what? You've made your jewellery up, you can still send it back and you'll still get your money back. We offer you a 30-day money back guarantee. Once you've made your jewellery and you've tried us out and you've got, oh, actually this isn't right for me, I'm not a jewellery maker, send back the jewellery, send back the kit, and your money will still go back into your account with a no questions asked, no quibble money back guarantee. Why do we do that? Well, some people say because we're silly. And then actually a lot of people say because we are pretty much guaranteeing that once you start making jewellery, you're not going to look back. You won't want to give up on this amazing hobby. I know for a lot of people, this is something that perhaps you thought, I'll give it a go, and you're so pleased that you have. So why not do that today? Free tutorial booklet and DVD. That's your support mechanism to get all of the techniques behind you. And also you've got a 30-day money back guarantee, which protects you to say, if it's not right, send it back and your money will go back into your account. So no questions asked, quibble money back guarantee that you get with all of our offers today. You have got here a limited stock kit which provides you with an amazing way to get started into jewellery making. It also gives you a fantastic way of exploring colour, where you've got that amazing background of the blacks with the rutile textures of the quartz. To then finish it off, you've got the power of pink, and that is hot, hot, hot pink of quartz. Plus you've got the leather, and that just tops off the potential of this jewellery making. You should be paying almost £34 on this kit, but today, not the price you're paying. Forget your 30s. Are we gonna forget the 20s? Oh, go on then, let's forget the 20s. And yours for the taking. £17.95 is all you pay. £17.95 for a phenomenal opportunity. And remind yourself, you're not just making one piece of jewellery for £17.95. You're actually making multiple pieces, and then the world is your oyster in terms of how many jewellery pieces you want to make. You might choose to just make one amazing feature piece of jewellery, or you might choose to make 20 or 30 pieces of jewellery and make multiple pairs of earrings and, you know, single pendants on a leather cord. The choice is yours for £17.95, and you have the enviable task of making the choice of making jewellery that's right for you. You know, it's not about having to be compromising your jewellery in any way, shape or form, because you're making it for you for £17.95. And if you think about taking £17.95 to a jeweller's shop, and even to a, I don't really want to parallel us to a fashion shop, because when you're buying fashion jewellery, but that's what it is. It's probably nickel based. It's probably not set to, it's not designed to last you a lifetime. Genuine gemstone jewellery is. So it's hard to compare, but if you went to a jeweller shop, what would you get for £17.95? And actually, if you went to an accessory shop, I'm mortified by the things how much they charge for the jewellery that they make. I know. Mortified by it.
Even if you go to your supermarket and they've got, you know, they've always got this little sort of turn.
That's it. That's
turn around things.
Yeah.
And the things have been, you know, they're falling off the hangers and all the rest of it, and they still want a lot of money for them.
£14, £15 for a simple like neckline piece. Yeah. I just go, wow. I think that's a lot of money for what you think is going to probably last you a very short period of time, because it's not designed, because it's fashion jewellery, and fashion is always changing. So, you know, it's not designed to have that durability like, you know, genuine gemstones. These have been created over hundreds, thousands of years. And so therefore you kind of got Mother Nature's durability, haven't you? But
you have. And as you say, you know, if you make a piece and you don't want it, just snip it. All you're wasting is a crimp bead. And that's it.
Yeah, and a bit of bead and thread, but even then you could use the thread or the cord again, couldn't you?
Use the thread and cord, yeah.
I do think that there's a, you know, great opportunity for those of you who are watching for the first time to just give it a go for these kind of prices. And as I say, from somebody like myself, and if you are somebody a little bit like me that goes, oh, but I'm not naturally that way inclined, I'm not really a creative, then I would say exactly the same thing. However, give it a go and you'll appreciate that you don't have to have creative energies that are amazing. You know, actually what you just need to do is take that guidebook and follow it step by step, and you've got yourself some incredible jewellery. And it is that simple. It genuinely is that simple. We have DVDs that you can make purchase for less than £5, which can give you projects. So if you're not somebody who can come up with your own ideas, we can actually give you project-based DVDs that can take you step by step to show you how to start and to get to the finish of a piece of jewellery. So there is lots and lots of ways of making your own jewellery, and it makes things really exciting, doesn't it?
Oh yes.
When you don't actually know what's going to happen next.
I think sometimes the kits just make themselves. I kind of almost, you know, pieces sort of lend themselves to being put next to each other, and you know, it just depends on what's in the kit as to which way your jewellery making is going to go. And I love that fact, because you know, buy a different kit and push yourself a little bit maybe out of your comfort zone, or if you're just starting, get a kit that maybe isn't all round and it's got some different shapes in there. It kind of makes your jewellery go on a different journey. And I think that's what jewellery making is about. It's that journey, getting to that end result. And it's, you know, you learn along the way. I'm forever learning new techniques. I'm forever learning what shapes go together, and how to make different patterns. Say, like
just this bracelet that I'm presuming going to show us this, because you've got some stuff out. And I was just about to say, just like something like this bracelet. Actually, I've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen anybody do this kind of lovely swirling with the leather, but I love it. That's so cool.
It's just different, and depending what colour leather you were to put with this design, if you were to, you know, or if you want to put the hot pink gemstones in there, it would look different yet again. So the same design with a different gemstone, or you were to put the bicones in between, it would look different yet again.
So I just think that's a really funky way of working with the leather.
And talking about versatility with jewellery, that piece there with the big beady bead on the bottom,
yes,
it's actually, that's 3 pieces of jewellery in one, because you can remove the tassels on a clip, and you can also remove the little chain dangle that's in between the 2 tassels. That's on another little lobster claw. So you can have just the beady bead on its own, you can have it with the chain on its own, with the tassels on its own, or with both together as it is. So it gives you that versatility which you'd never really get from a high street piece of jewellery.
No, because then you have, and if you were going away and you were going away for a weekend, you could take one piece of jewellery and just adapt it to the different outfits that you were organising.
Yeah, so it makes life really, really easy.
Doing thinking and everything today.
I know.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
I'm surprised I could do any thinking the amount of jewellery I've made recently.
Bless you.
Right, okay. So to do the swirl design with the leather, this leather is amazing quality. Please, please, please get some of this home and try and use it, because it is amazing. I've used leather before where you bend it and it starts to crack.
Yeah. And
you see the actual under leather through the colour. You won't get that with this at all. You can do all these designs with nothing like that happening at all. Okay, so all I've done is on my trusty macrame board is I've added on one of the ribbon cord endings, and inside that I've also trapped a piece of beading thread. My top tip with beading thread is when you're using these ribbon clasps is to add either 1 or 2 crimp beads to the end, and then strap it in there, because the crimp beads allow the ribbon ending to have a little bit more to hold on to. Either that, or if you haven't got any crimp beads spare, tie a couple of knots just to give something for the beading. Just for it to grab onto. And then to start creating the swirls, what you do is you take your leather and you create a form, as if you were going to do the square knot. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the leather under and catch it, and then pull that up, and you'll see your first swirl has now formed. Okay, so what we're going to do is that exactly the same motion again. Take it and create a form. You do need to keep your fingers on it first until you've got the first couple of swirls in there. Take our threads, we're going to go under, grab them and pull through. And we don't want you in there yet, bead. And then you just need to fiddle with these 2 first swirls just until you get them happy where you want them to be. So just pull them till you've got happy that they're equal like that. And it's quite nice that when you're doing this, the actual leather sort of swirls around itself, so you don't actually get them sitting on top of each other. We're going to take a bead up there, and then we're just going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take the beading thread, I'm going to create that number 4 shape. And this is why you have to, I love the beading, the macrame board, because without this I'd be trying to hold that up there, trying to hold this down here.
Wouldn't be happy, would it?
And I'd be trying to do everything. I mean, you know, you can get away with a clipboard, but do invest in one of these. They're the best thing since sliced bread when it comes to jewellery making, as far as I'm concerned. And again, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull that swirl. And if you have difficulty getting the swirls to get neat, if you actually take your leather and pull it towards the top of your beading, your macrame board, it allows that knot to tighten naturally. So there we've got our next swirl.
It's pretty impressive how it's it's staying in place.
And these are just what are called half hitch knots.
Right.
So very, very simple, and you can either do them left or right. This is a right-handed one. I know it seems a bit weird because the actual loop goes to the left-hand side, but it's actually a right-handed half hitch knot, and it's a double. You always do 2 when you do these knots because one will never hold anything. I read that somewhere. It's not
interesting.
Yeah. So
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you just literally keep going like that until you've got your design as you want it to be, and then you would take your leather and clasp it again into your ribbon cord endings, and that's your bracelet made. But this would lend itself for making a beautiful necklace, and these loops then you could hang tassels off.
That would be beautiful, wouldn't it?
And it would just look completely different again. It kind of look a bit like pretzels.
Yeah, they do. Please don't eat them.
No, please don't eat your leather cord. You can smell it. It smells lovely. But please don't eat it.
That's gorgeous.
But it's just a really, really bit of a funky design, a bit of something fun, bit of something different. But that's what jewellery making is all about. It's about finding those new things that you want to get sort of creative with.
Yeah, that's wicked. I love that look. £17.95, and you can see just how simple one piece of jewellery is to make. Again, if you are watching for the first time, this is as simple as it is. I know sometimes, like, I would look at that and go, oh, I couldn't do that. Look at how easy it is when you start to break it down. Oh, well, I really can do that.
Yes.
All it is simply just wrapping around a beading thread, and that's it. Yeah. Not even plaiting or podding or anything really. It's just wrapping. So
just basically, if you can tie your shoelaces, you can do this technique. I mean, it is just like it's making one knot and then another knot. And as long as you've got that technique of creating that number 4, and pulling your threads underneath and through the loop, so it's literally underneath and through the loop, and then pulling it up, and it'll just flick to the other side. So don't worry that you're actually making it on this side. As soon as you start to pull it, it'll move over to this side, and that is as simple as it is.
Gorgeous.
It's just that one knot. Just repeat, repeat, repeat. Very easy.
Loving this idea. At £17.95, why not give it a go? It's a limited stock kit if you would like to join us. It's called Pink Power, and you can understand why, because you've got those beautiful bright pinks of the quartz. Then we've got that beautiful backdrop of the black, and then of course just adding in those rutile quartz as well to finish it all off. Yours for the taking with the leather cord. The cord comes with the kit for £17.95. Sticking with colour pop right now, and by goodness me, there's nothing like a bit of impact to really get you going with your jewellery making. And I'm sure for a lot of people, you all have your own creative juices coming from different places. I think lots of people are inspired by Mother Nature, lots of people are inspired by what they're seeing in the glossy magazines. This is the colour. This is the colour. This is really exciting. And you have here a combination royal blues, and they are fabulous blues. These are your long nuggets, 13 by 5 to 21 by 6 mil. Do beg your pardon, there's 2 strands on there, but it's only just the 1 strand that you're receiving, so I'll just take that away. So you have there your blue shell. Then on top of that, you've got the matching multicolour as well. Let me just do those side by side so you can see them. I love the idea of working those 2 together, you know. Just the jewellery that you get. And again, I'm going back to my wardrobe nightmare yesterday evening. And at one point, Pete came up, because I'd gone up to get my stuff sorted, because obviously, for those of you who don't know, I live 3 hours away from the studio, so I have to get organised on an evening. And so I went up, I said, I'm just going to go and get my clothes sorted. And then I just didn't go back downstairs. So Pete came up and he went, I'm just checking you're all right. I didn't know whether you'd like fallen asleep or something. I was just stood in front of my wardrobe just going, Not a clue. I didn't know. But if I had, again, little black number, and then I just wanted to change my outfit, those colours, you know, just a piece of jewellery, just like that.
Different piece of jewellery, how it makes you feel. I know that if I go out of the house without any jewellery on, I feel a bit,
yeah, not quite
sort of not quite dressed almost. Yeah. Whereas if you just put on even just a pair of earrings, it just finishes that outfit completely.
Definitely
it makes you feel like, it's like, you know, a lot of ladies won't go out the house without mascara and a bit of lippy. Jewellery's the same, you know. I can forego the mascara and lippy, but I've got to have a bit of jewellery.
That's the thing, is that it does make an outfit. It really does transform, and it does transform yourself, not just the way that you look, but I often feel like when I think that I'm looking okay, then I'm feeling okay. Yeah. And that's the potential of these gemstones. Look at that. I mean, just look at, I mean, could you imagine just a simple open shirt collar and maybe just a beautiful neckline piece that's incorporating those two strands. I mean, this gorgeous tribal qualities and the turquoise and the pinks matching so well. You know, that's the kind of jewellery that has such an impact to what could be effectively a wardrobe that you know, a bit like me, a bit tired with. You know, I'm tired of looking at the same clothes. But in the same sense, I'm not going to change my wardrobe because, well, first of all, I'm not prepared to. Second of all, I can't afford to. You know, cost money, like clothes cost a lot of money these days. And even, you know, even if you're just buying the odd 2 or 3 pieces of clothing, you're spending a serious amount of money. I can't afford that. So if I can't afford to change my wardrobe, what can I afford to change? It's my jewellery. That's why I think jewellery making is such a really big trend at the moment. So because you get value for money, because you can make your own jewellery, especially when you work with genuine gemstones. You've got here your gorgeous shell long nuggets from both your multicolour and your royal blues. Then you've got your double strand, so you've got both your fuchsia and your aqua agate in your 3 circle faceted rounds. You've got all of this look for one bundle, and you know how I said makes your jewellery go further. You know, I said that, you know, it makes your outfits look different because it's value for money. 4 strands, 1 price tag. $8.95 for 4 strands. Now, seriously, you go even to, I mean, I do clothes shopping in the supermarket these days, right? Because supermarkets have got some amazing clothes in. I love going to the different supermarkets just for, you know, the purposes of having a look at the clothes under the premise of I'm going food shopping. And the thing, well, what I do, I don't mind admitting it because I know the husband's not watching. And the thing is that $8.95, even if you go to your supermarket to do some clothes shopping, it doesn't go far. $8.95 does not buy you, you know, a feature piece of clothing. No. That's for sure. $8.95 for 4 strands of genuine gemstones that could transform your wardrobe from being one look to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different looks. £8.95 is all you pay. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. You can join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. An amazing deal to be had. A real treat and a half. The colours are just coming at you zinging, and you've got it all for just $8.95. Congratulations. Keep that phone in your hand. If you find yourself holding on the lines today, don't worry, we're processing your call as fast as we can, and you are dialing on a free phone number. If you have the potential of joining us on the web, I certainly would advise you to do that if you can. www.JewelleryMaker.com. It's time for the Wall of Fame. The Wall of the Fame, the Wall of the Fame, the Wall of the Fame is the time where we get to celebrate the amazing jewellery that you've been making over the week. And somebody might be looking up on Wednesday to have either £50 or £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account if your number is pulled out the hat, so you may as well give it a go. We're starting off with 214, and it's Pat in Maidstone, Kent. She says, this is my first entry to the Wall of Fame, although I've been making jewellery for some time. This necklace, bracelet and earring set has been made from for an auction of promises to be held at my grandson's school. It's made from Prussian shell pearls, sterling silver frosted spacer beads and silver findings, all from JM. Pat, good luck. I hope that you know, the auction goes really well, and thanks so much for sharing on your first time on the Wall of Fame. Hopefully not your last, Pat. You know, lovely to have beautiful, simple, stylish jewellery like that. Gorgeous. 2-1 for you are.
I've got 215.
Oh, going for the hair.
Absolutely amazing hairpiece here. This is from Leslie in the Isle of Man. Wow. Hi to all of my my favourites at JM Towers. Here's my latest entry for the Wall of Fame. It's a bridal commission that I've just completed, made with pearls and mystic quartz, all from Jewellery Maker, of course. It's quite over the top, but she loved it. I recently attended Sheila's bridal workshop and loved it, and now I'm setting up a bridal website. Wish me luck. And that's from Leslie in the Isle of Man. Wow, that's lovely. I'm not surprised the bride loved it.
I think that's incredible. Beautiful. I've got Paula in Peterborough. She says, all at JM Towers. This week's entry is a lovely pair of apatite and sterling silver findings, all from JM. Hope you like and it gets to the Wall of Fame. Fingers crossed for a win this week, as I have my eye on the die cutter. Ooh, Paula. She's got her eye. Paul, I'll just let you know, I think there's a lot of eyes on the die cutter tomorrow. It is a big launch tomorrow. We are so excited. There is a real, what's the word, electricity in the production room at the moment, because it really is going to be a tremendous show. It's something that, as a company, we are thrilled to have as part of our stock list. So watch tomorrow. That's with Debbie Kershaw and myself. We'll be joining you from 9 o'clock with a brand new product to us. Really exciting. It's the die cutter. Keep watching.
There's going to be a queue of guest designers on the phone first thing as well.
That's the thing. In fact, who was it? It was Mark who was talking about it. Then it was who was it who was saying that I have to have it? Gemma Crow was saying she has to have it. She was in the production room literally going, I just have to have it. Can I pre-order? No, you can't pre-order. Can I try again? Where do I? No. Nobody gets it until tomorrow. But Gemma's going, but I need it. So
they won't give us any preferential treatment, so we've just all got to get on the phone. So that's it. Okay, I've got 217 here, and this is from Leanne in, I don't know where Leanne's from. Hi all, here's a set I made from antique bronze findings, sage amethyst and citrine that I bought from JM. This set is currently on sale in her shop. Yay. If she's lucky enough to get shown on the Wall of Fame, she'll be really pleased. She donates some of her money from all her sales to dog rescue, and that's from Leanne. So there you go, Leanne. That's your Wall of Fame entry, and good luck with your shop.
Yeah, congratulations. I have Emma in Norwich. She says, I've not sent anything in for ages, so I thought I would send in the seahorse pendant that I designed recently. It's made from silver-plated wire and a mixture of gemstones from a scoop. Next, I'm going to make it in a smaller size and maybe a pair of earrings. Fingers crossed for a win. I really want to move on to silver clay next. Emma.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Wicked. Just wicked. I mean, those is a little pair of earrings.
I know. So
Too cool for school. 218, gorgeous. Right, we have still loads and loads still to look forward to today, including our, I'm going to call them like teardrops, because that's really what they remind me of. The perfect teardrops or pear drops of aqua blue topaz. What a strand it is, and I tell you what, a price tag that just doesn't make a lot of sense at all. If you do a bit of research on the price of topaz in terms of jewelry that's already made, for example, even if you just typed in, and I've done it different ways today on Googling or search engineering, whatever the word is, when you do your search engine. And all I did was I typed in a variety of different derivatives: blue topaz, silver, blue topaz, full stop, blue, and I've tried to find a variety of price points for blue topaz in the pre-made jewelry industry. And I tell you what, you can spend some serious hard-earned cash on blue topaz elsewhere, and I mean serious money. 600, 700, 800 pounds on just a single solitaire ring. If you've got that kind of money, then fair dues. If you don't, don't, and you want to make your own jewellery with that ingredient that makes it so special, it's aqua blue topaz coming up later on in the show. But we've got lots to look forward to. Don't forget, it's tomorrow that you need to be tuned in if you're wanting our die cutting machine. It's coming to you first thing in the morning.
There are 2 easy ways to purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview or FreeSat, and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click the sign up button. Once you have filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the On Air Now button on the front page. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, you simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget that you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new Jewellery Maker hobby.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Welcome back, and really nice to have your company on our Feel Good Friday Jewellery Maker show. Well, we are feeling good. That was my remix version of Feeling Good. I thought you'd like that. Right. They were literally, Kim was just poised to perhaps ring 999, thinking that I might be a little bit ill with that kind of, and you know, I was doing my best. Look, we have got coming up in our next kit this gorgeous strand, and I've just had a little butt cheese at it, and I thought, oh, I have to show you. How cute are these? And look at the detail of the carving. They are so gorgeous. They're wicked, aren't they? So I just thought I'd give you a quick head up. Really, I mean, imagine just a nice, could you imagine like 70s style hairband like that?
Beautiful, aren't they?
See, I'm too old for that these days. I did that, and in my mind I thought, oh, if I was 20 then I'd get away with that. But I'm not, I'm 36. 16 years. Can you imagine that, just in your hair? How cute.
In that bridal piece as well, with that floral bridal piece. Can you imagine those cascading down the back on those tendrils? They would
with the pearls.
Yes.
I like that. I quite like that. Oh, I quite like that idea. Yes, please. So those carved flowers are coming your way, and if you did want to have the pearls, then don't forget your early bird offer for today coming in to you for just $6.95. So your pearls coming in at just $6.95 and would go very, very nicely together. They're so ethereal, aren't they? Very nice. Okay, so we've got that sorted. We've just to give you a heads up on that. That's in the kit, isn't it? Now, next up, I just wanted to remind you, quick recap. We are challenging Sarah today with this amazing deluxe gem selection, and it is a rondelle combination. Already half the stock has been allocated on this, so but we did start with a significant quantity. So anybody who missed out yesterday, well, we do still have stock left, but I don't want you to miss out today and you think that we've got loads and loads to go around. The facts are is that there probably just won't be quite enough to go around, so you will have to be fairly sharpish if you want to join us and own this one. So first come, first served on that deal. It is an amazing 400 carats. That is a fantastic 400 carats for just one price tag. And that price tag is just $6.95. All these, and how is it going? I mean, you look like you've hardly touched the bundle, and I know that you have, but yeah, because you get so many.
I've just started off, and that's actually 30 on there. I don't know if you can see that on the overhead, or if I hold it up. There you go. So that's actually 30.
Gosh,
that's going to be the fringe of my bead loom piece. So I've hardly touched them at all. And there are still probably, of the rainbow ones, probably the same again, if not more.
That's going to go so far, isn't it?
I know. So I've hardly touched it at all. So
amazing, amazing. £6.95 is all you pay. We will be seeing Sarah working with the bead loom in the next hour. So do keep watching if you're interested in the bead loom. We've got the last stock of the bead loom, but we're also going to show you how to create your jewellery on the bead loom with Sarah, with a fantastic technique with this very tube as well. So if you do get the tube, then you can see how to make the jewellery, and then you can crack on. And I know that'll be a good one for a lot of people, because there could be good spacer beads as well. Some spacer beads cost quite a lot of money just because they're space beads. But you could use those as spacer beads without having to pay the spacer bead price tag. £6.95 is all you pay. Right then, I'm moving. Ooh. These are significant size strands, and I really do mean significant. Pretty incredible, really. Just take a look at the quality and the luxury. They feel as good as they look, and I know that's an odd thing to say, but genuine gemstones have a totally different texture to any other synthetic replica. What I like about the quality of these strands is that they have an almost satin-like finish, really smooth, and there is a certain tactility that will probably inspire you to create jewelry that has a real silky feel in terms of the aesthetic. I know that sounds a very odd thing to say, but when you touch them, you'll understand if you haven't already had the chance to work with impression jasper. Fantastic quality. So, nice thing about these gems, in particular for me, is that the size allows us to expose the qualities of the pattern and the print on all of the stones themselves. And I think one of the best things about these kinds of strands is that you can really appreciate every single piece is different when they have such an open face, and the table is so large on these that you really do get to see a different composition of print and pattern. Mother Nature's beauty is just that. It's her own individual beauty that you've got within this one strand. So you have here that single strand of your puffy squares. They are 20 mil, and that's instantly, you can see there that impact quality. Then on top of that, your larger two strands of your rounds, those are 14 mil, and again 800 carats of gemstones sitting together in this design. So it's going to go a long way. It's called bright and bold, and I have to say that I think it's not just bright, and I don't think it's just bold. I think that it's very bright and very bold. It's impact jewelry, and we have had some gorgeous jewelry made by Sue, and as you can see here, Sue has created two very different looks from these pieces. And the nicest part about these is that they really are totally different, just so unique. And you've got there that gorgeous quality, that lovely ring. So these are solitaires, you know, the squares could be classified as just single solitaires, couldn't they? I mean, I could actually pop it on and show you it in action. And that's a really good looking piece of jewellery to wear, isn't it? You know, that is a striking, show-stopping piece of jewellery, and it's only using one gemstone and the rest is wire. But then if you want to take the mass of the green, how festive is this? I mean, that just says, oh, Christmas is just around the corner.
Yeah.
In fact, we just started as part of our you're probably the same, Sarah, where, you know, as schools and things like that, they're starting to talk about Christmas already, you know, that
Yes.
build up, because you have to. You're organising things like Christmas fairs and things like that. It takes a long, long time, doesn't it? This is festive. It takes you to that moment of, oh, it's Christmas soon. You know?
Also, if you are doing a Christmas fair and you're taking your jewellery, a piece like that is a substantial piece, it's a feature piece, but as a jewellery designer, doesn't take too long to make, which is great if you have to restock if you're doing a few Christmas stalls and you need to restock quickly. These pieces are great for restocking quite quickly.
Yeah, without it costing you a huge amount of money as well, isn't it? Because there's a lot of outlay, and I know Mark was just talking about the other day, because obviously he's building up to like his main time of selling, and he was saying, you know, it's a lot of outlay, because you have to have a lot of jewellery made up to then be able to do back-to-back, you know, fairs, etc.
Yeah, because you have to pay out in advance for that stand, so you don't want to be turning up with no stock. So you have to have a good abundance of stock. And it's great also if you've had certain pieces on the stand to actually swap them halfway through the day, because people come back, they might have walked past your store, had a look, maybe not quite grabbed their attention, but if you've actually changed a few feature pieces, that little walk past again, they might have another little glance and just catch their eye. So it's sometimes
Sarah, what a really good idea. That's a really good tip, actually. Halfway through the day, you know, mix it up a bit.
Yeah, or just even changing positions of pieces. If you haven't, you know, if you're only doing one stall, just change the positions. If you've got a few feature pieces high up, which we'd like to have height on our stalls because that creates interest, and you had a few pieces lower down, change the ones that were high up for the ones that were low down. It just creates that extra interest, and you might just get an extra few sales.
Absolutely. And it's all about the money.
But once you've grabbed one customer to your stall, there's a saying in the sales industry: the first customer is your best customer. Because once you get that first customer talking to you, looking at your pieces, other people say, what are they looking at? And they want to come over. So it's really useful to get people interested, or even just talking to people, just even if they, you know, just have a little chat with somebody, even if it's your friend, get your friend to keep coming around, having a chat.
She's still talking 3 hours later. Must be very good customer service.
But it's one of those things, people are drawn to a stall if other people are there.
And that's the thing about jewellery like this, especially you know, for that beautiful bracelet. That would be a piece of jewellery that would draw people in for your festive events. You know, impact jewellery. That's what you've got the chance to create for yourself, or of course to sell your jewellery, whichever it's going to be. You've got, I mean, one ring. How much jewellery have you got the potential to make if you're making just single solitaire rings? You know, create your wire work and hey presto, you're good to go. You have got. And what if you sold one of those rings for $5? You know, think about the potential money in one strand if you do a ring like that we've just got. I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So 20 on this strand. So I'll give the average. Let's say average quantity is 20. 20 rings that you could be making. Sell them for $5. That's a lot of potential money that you got the chance to make. I mean, even if you sold them for £1, you're still going to make your money back.
I know.
Which is crazy. You wouldn't do that, surely. You wouldn't do them for £1. But, or maybe you would. Maybe that's the way to get people to your stall. Tell you what, you've got options, haven't you? An opportunity, yours for the taking. All of the chance to make lots of impact jewellery. Every single strand that we're offering you here, less than £5. So, if you are going to charge £5 for a ring, so if you're going to charge just £5 for a ring, you sell one ring and your costs are covered for that whole strand, and literally the rest of the strand is profit potential. I mean, that's how simple it is to make jewellery out of to make money out of jewellery, if you've got that wherewithal of being able to find the right price for the right product and creating the right looking jewellery. $14.95, it's going to go a long way to getting impact. And as I say, a long time ago, somebody once said to me, find the right price and anything will sell. And for me, you know, if you, in some ways Sarah's right, if you want people at your stall, find the right price, and then you'll have that interest to then be able to say, oh, what about this and this, isn't that nice? Oh, that's a £5, that's two. That, you know, if you give variety, people, there's always a price to sell. And that's something, somebody said that to me years and years ago, find the right price and it'll sell. And I kind of went, oh, is that really true? And then the more I've thought about it, as years have gone on, I go, it is true, you know, and often is the case, you know, just even something as simple as selling a house, you know, but your house at the right price, somebody will buy it. It's just that case of, if you find the right price and you know you're not under restraints of, oh well, it costs me a lot of money to make, when you've then got so much potential to make jewellery, if you even charge just £1 or £2 for a ring, that would make people buy, and then you've got them there to perhaps then do upsells of going, oh, there's an matching pendant I can give you there for an extra £5, or, you know.
Another great tip for your stalls is people like to look through things. So I have a basket on my stalls and it's just full of earrings that are on cards inside little Ziploc bags.
Nice.
And they're all stacked up in the basket, and I just put a sign up there, 1 pair is so much, 2 pairs is so much, 3 pairs is so much, you buy 5 it's that much. And you'd be amazed, they don't buy 1 pair, they don't buy 2 pairs, they buy 3 or 4 or 5 to get the deal. And they love to search through all those earrings and they're pulling them all out. And it's just, we all like to have that choice, that to pick it up, to feel tactile, but because they're all in the little bags, protected, and people love to do that.
A brilliant idea. There you go. All about giving that potential to make your jewellery. Congratulations, you got that. Got some real festive ideas there. Some really nice festive inspired jewellery to make up there. £14.95 is all you pay. Right then, moving straight on. I've got my legs stuck underneath the desk there. I think I'm actually moving on, but I can't move full stop. Ooh. Now this is a double trouble deal, but we don't normally do double troubles like this, because normally it's on strands, isn't it? Normally. But we've got that Friday feeling. How about we give you two 50-gram bags of your crimp bead covers. Now, the other day when Gemma was creating her jewellery, it was a Tuesday evening show, and she made a beautiful piece of jewellery and did loads and loads of wire wrapping and beading wrapping, and it looked like, she was like, it was really haphazard, and she was, and I was thinking, oh, where's she going to go with this? And all she did was take a crimp bead, and she put about 5 or 6 crimp beads to just add detail to this wire haphazardness. It transformed the jewellery. I can't tell you the difference. I stood there and just went, I thought this was going to take forever, because it looked like the resultant jewellery that she'd made, that she was replicating, it looked like she'd put beading thread on, and then it looked like she'd thread loads of spacer beads on, and then she'd gone to town with this detail, and they were all in. All she did was take a spacer bead and clip it onto the thread, and I was like, it can't be that simple, and it can. Oh, yeah. I tell you what, the impact was extraordinary. You know, these are designed for purpose. They are designed to cover crimp beads, just for aesthetics, to make the crimp bead look more like a bead. That's what these are designed for. But that's not exactly what you have to use them for every single time. In fact, one of the nicest things about findings like this is that if you think outside the box, oh, literally the permutations and the possibilities are endless. And as I say, just something as simple as Gemma doing a really haphazard wire wrapping design, and then adding in the luxury of these additional crimp bead covers just for decoration to finish it all off. It was like taking something and going from, I don't know, from it being a big splat to then it being a beautiful decorative impact jewellery. Yeah, no, it was a result. It was a piece of jewellery that she'd previously made for a kit, and then she'd taken that and she was just showing us how to do it, and it looked amazing. I was thinking, how are you going to do that to that? Because she was just wire wrapping. It was just wire wrapping. I was thinking, that's just a big wire, and then all of a sudden,
oh no, it was beading thread, wasn't it? It wasn't wire. It was just a beading thread.
Yeah, it was just a beading thread.
I know, they're great because I watched that demo and I just thought, you know, it's such a nice way to embellish without having to be thinking ahead. Because if you would put those spacer beads on, with all that wrapping, you'd have had to wrap it, then put a spacer bead on the thread you were wrapping, and then get it in the right place, and then the next one.
And that's what it looked like she'd done.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I was so extraordinarily shocked, to be honest. Where you have not just used Crimp. That's just a genius way of adding detail.
And I love using these if I'm making gemstone rings on beading thread, to use those, because if sometimes your gemstones are a little too big to get the right sized ring.
Yeah.
Where if you use these in between, you can actually then size the ring perfectly for the person you're making it for. And because you're on beading thread, you've got no elasticity there, so you need to get the sizing right. And also, when you put the crimp bead on to hold the beading thread, if you've used a few of these, it tones in beautifully. When you put the crimp cover over the crimp bead on the ring, you don't see any of the difference.
And that's perfect again, isn't it? Yeah. See, there are so many different opportunities to work with these findings. Now you are getting here 50 grams per pack, so put them together, 100 grams in total of your crimp bead covers. The price tag of an individual pack of 50 grams is £9.95. So if you were buying just these right now on our website individually, you'd be paying £9.95. So in total, you should be pretty much on the cusp of £20. On the cusp, you should be paying of £20 for this bundle. Instead, you buy one, you get the second for £3. Yeah, you buy one, you get the second 50 grams for £3. That is £3. If you want to join us, 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. You can join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. If you haven't already confirmed, this is the time to do so. £12.95 is all you pay. Your antique bronze, copper, crimp beads, and these are the covers that you're getting here for £12.95. An amazing deal, really, when you start to look at how much jewellery you've got to chance to make. And that is a lot and a lot and a lot of jewellery, really, isn't it? Fantastic qualities, an amazing opportunity. All yours for just £12.95. Buy 50 grams, get a further 50 grams for £3. That's it, £3. And really, these are the kind of things that once you've got in your stash, you will maximise and optimise, and you will utilise to the point where I actually go, how did I ever live without them? Why did I ever try to create my jewellery without the use of these kind of beads? Really fantastic opportunity. Buy one pack, get a further pack for £3. That's the double trouble offer that you have here. Of course, don't forget you have a 30-day money-back guarantee with all of your purchases with us. Not that you'll need it on a deal like this one, but you have a free phone number to dial as well, 0800 644 655, or alternatively, you can join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. It's all about getting lots for less, and that is a lot, and that is. I mean, I would like to say I'll sit and count, but I'd probably still be here by the end of the show if I was counting up how many crimp beads you're getting in that deal. So let's just say you're getting a lot for £12.95. Congratulations if you got that. Buy one and get the other for £3. Straight on. Now then. Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, cute. Oh, these are so cute. Oh, and look at the leaves. Okay. Amelia, can I grab another black surround? Lovely. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Oh, they are so lovely. Just take a look at this. Let's just give you. How cute are these? You're gonna get so much gorgeous jewellery result. Take a look at this. So you've got your butterfly, and you see, oh, where is the butterfly? There it is. There's your butterfly, and there's your little, is it a bee? Is it a little fly? I don't know. And these are little honeybee. Honey to the bee, that's you for me. Showing my age there. And then on top of that, you've got these lovely sterling silver leaf beads. Now, you've got your pewter charms, so those are the butterfly and the little bee, those are pewter. Then you've got sterling silver in the leaves. That's a lot of silver, you know. That is a lot of silver. You know, the weight of those, considering, I mean, wow. Because of course they're beads, so you actually do have that lovely bulbous feel about them. And you're getting 5 of your sterling silver leaves, plus you're getting butterfly, and you're getting the pewter bee as well, all for one price tag. These are so good. I mean, imagine just a charm bracelet. I mean, just a lovely, cute little charm bracelet, just dangling, shimmering away. That'd be so cool, with sterling silver as a feature as well. Let's not underestimate that. Sterling silver in the leaves, you got your pewter in your butterfly and in your bee, and all for one price tag. These are gonna go so far, so far. Yours for the taking. Sterling silver as well. Wow, that's low for sterling silver. I thought the price would be a double figure price tag for the silver. You know, I'm not going to, you know, obviously not going to say anything in terms of the pewter being that kind of pricing, but actually I'm talking about sterling silver here for £8.95. Oh, wow, that's good. Limited stock on this. There's the only bad news that comes with this deal. It is a limited stock offer. You got your 5 sterling silver leaves, then you've got your little bee, and as you can see, lots of detail gone into these charms. You know, not just slapdash. They really have had incredible qualities of detail placed within them, which is really important. You know, if you're working them as features to your jewelry, even if they're going to be additional charms to your jewelry, you want to know that you've got that quality of design as well. You've got that there. Of course, you just need to think about some of the big names in the jewelry industry right now. And they're all into, you know, capturing Mother Nature in animals. And, you know, there are certain names within the jewelry industry which have always tried to reflect that in their jewelry. Some people, I have to say, some people, I find it fascinating, are prepared to pay literally millions of pounds for little gemstone animals, you know, and I mean literally millions of pounds. I'm not talking even hundreds, millions of pounds for gemstone animals, because of the name and the brand that they're buying for has made their name in creating, you know, animal jewelry. And that's the thing. It's just that you can hand over a lot of money for Mother Nature's impact jewellery. And
I know a lot of, you know, jewellery that just has, you know, maybe just silver in it, you know, silversmiths or, you know, jewellery designers who use a lot of silver. They're very heavily nature inspired, whether it be from leaves, whether it be from water, whether it be from animals themselves. And you can pay an awful lot of money just for a tiny weeny piece.
Yeah.
And they're not making them by hand all the time, you know, they're not, you know, they've got moulds for pouring them and things like that. It's the same as other silversmiths. And you're paying for that name. You know, yes, you're getting precious metal, but you're paying for the name. I was watching the other day, it was literally, I went to a jeweller's store, and it was literally a little charm, sort of a shape of I think it was a flower, but it was hollow in the middle, and it had 2 pieces of satin cord and a little slider toggle, and 4 little crimp beads on the end of the satin cord. I won't tell you how much it was. It was an awful lot of money. And it's just one little tiny piece, so you're getting an absolutely huge value for money.
And that's the thing is that when you do start to do your price comparisons on charms in particular, I can't understand the price of charms. I can't get my head around it at all. No matter how many times I go past those charm shops, because they now have shops for charms.
They do.
I'm bewildered by it. I'm honestly bewildered by the fact of how much they charge for a single charm. I don't know who's got that kind of money.
I don't know. It's not me.
No, I mean neither. Congratulations if you got that one. £8.95. Oh, that's just nice. I'm just oh, you're doing a bit of thinking there, are you, Kim? Kim's saying she's doing a bit of thinking right now because she said, obviously, this gorgeous necklace. What about if you just added a little butterfly? You've got the flower.
Yeah.
What happens if you just added a little butterfly? Oh, you could put it right in the centre as well. Like it's just, and it's come fluttering, and that would add a lovely detail, wouldn't it? Nice. Or you would add the sterling silver, of course.
Oh, yes.
Nice. Nice idea. Good thinking there, Kim. Write that one down. What's the time? Kim did thinking. She said she's going to watch it on the repeats as well, just to remind herself of how clever she is. She makes us so proud. Oh, I feel like we're going all tropical. It's gorgeous. Gotta love Larimar. You just have to love Larimar. You can't help but just fall in love with its tropical impact. This is the type of gemstone that, for those of you who've not heard of it, don't panic and go, Lara what, Lara what? The good thing is that this is a gemstone that isn't easily found. It's not a gemstone that many places will stock because it only comes from one place in the world, and that is the Dominican Republic, and that's the reason that not many places have hold of it, because of course we're sourcing from a one source location, as we would with tanzanite, as we do with ametrine. Because of that, it really is a case of you know, we have to work harder at sourcing it, and that's where the impact of price comes in, and many places just can't afford to stock Larimar, or if they can, they make you pay for it. Now, Larimar is a really glorious gemstone that there's many places would like to stock it, and because they'd like to, perhaps that they can't get hold of it, they'll try and get the replicas or the pretendy stuff, you know, the stuff that's mass produced but looks similar, and so they might say Larimar look, or they might just change one of the letters so it's not quite Larimar, but it's, you know, it's something along the lines of, or insinuating that it's something. We don't. Here with us, we are part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and one of the most essential parts of our job is to give you the chance to own genuine gemstones. The name says it all. Genuine Gemstone Company. It really does say it all. We have laboratory tests, we have the likes of gemologists working for us, and because of our status, we want to make sure that every time we put something to wear, we can give you that guarantee. Of course, you get your certificate of authenticity. Those kind of important aspects to your jewellery making really do make the difference, especially when you're wearing jewellery. You want to have the pride in knowing that you've got quality and you've got the right gemstone from the right location, and then you can guarantee that you're buying with the prestige of getting that genuine gemstone, because there are many places that, as I say, might say Larimar or something like turquoise, but if you don't have that guarantee, you could be paying a lot of money for what could be a replica. And so it's always nice to know when you come to us, you have got that identity that you're buying from a reputable jewellers. We have gemologists, we have laboratory tests that can give you those kind of security of knowing you're buying the right thing for the right price. So there's your Larimar. Do be careful, as I say, when you're buying Larimar elsewhere, because you want to make sure you're getting it from the right place. And then on top of that, the same again can be said with pearls, because there's a lot of places that sell pearls which are really not the real deal at all. You know, the synthetics. But again, we give you the real deal because that's what we're here for. That's what the whole business premise is. We're giving you the real deal, or not at all. These are your cobalt blue pearls mixed alongside your Larimar, and isn't that a glorious complement of gemstone? I love that. That just works for me totally. It has this real sense of, it's almost daytime and nighttime tropical feel. You know, you're heading, perhaps you're on the beach and you've got the ocean blues and the sky blues, and then you're staying on the beach and the darkness turns and it's still that crisp sky, and you can hear the grasshoppers, you know, grasshoppering, whatever they do. What is that? What do they do?
They chirp.
Chirp?
I think that's what they do, isn't it? They sort of chirp, almost like, yeah.
I can't even make it.
Yeah.
I can't make. It's a really they're ringing each other. No, that's not the sound. I was trying to make the noise that they make, was really hard noise to try and replicate. No, that's a cat. Okay, I'll practice that when I come off air. But either way, you can imagine that scene where you have got the tropical daytime going into the evening. Note to self, never try and make a cricket sound live on air again. I've got a real deal on this one. Your Larimar is £7.95 on our website right now. You can make your purchase for that by itself, or alternatively you can buy this bundle and get both for £9.95. That means you're getting a strand of pearls for £2. That's your pearls for £2. Buy the Larimar, get the pearls for £2 only. It's a great deal, and a lot of people go, but how do you do that? How do you do the pricing if it's on the website £7.95 and you know that the pricing shouldn't be that low? So how do you do it? It's all about bundling. When we bring these together, it really is a case of us being able to give you a special offer. And of course, we're about giving you deals, and that's exactly what this is. It's all about getting a great deal. £9.95. Buy the Larimar for £7.95, and then you have the pearls for just £2. And of course, the pricing that we're doing, the price comparisons that we'll give you, are all based on our own website. We're not exploring other avenues of what you could pay elsewhere, because gosh, we could be here for a very long time making price comparisons to some of the strands that we offer and the prices you could be seeing to pay elsewhere. So you may as well just make the purchase with us, and then do your own research if you've got the chance. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. But as I say, there's a lot of people who really do find that time's too precious, and once you've found a place like us where we can give you the guarantee of genuine gemstones and give you the guarantee of great pricing, of which you can see for yourself, Larimar for £7.95, pearls for £2, I think it's fair to say that this is the place to go. This is the place to be. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial, and you can join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I tell you what, just to think, you could actually mix in the early bird. Now, we started with a really good quantity of our pearls. It is a very, very popular deal, already allocating in the hundreds, but we have got some remaining stock, so we just wanted to highlight the fact that if you have just got that lovely strand of the Larimar, why not add in this lovely top drilled cream pearl strand as well. Elegant pearls, and of course working beautifully on their own, but when you add against, say, the blue pearls or even the Larimar or both of those strands, it really does take on another identity altogether. It just adds another dimension to your jewelry making. I would add in the challenge as well. I would just give that as an additional
It's just
layer.
Because the rainbow ones would go beautifully with those blue pearls.
Yeah,
absolutely, and just really pick up and just add a little bit more sort of blue, but you're also adding those sort of pinks and greens in there as well. So it just really, and all that extra light bouncing onto those pearls is just going to really add.
Really going to make a difference to you. So if you've got the pearls of the Larimar, well, the nice thing is that now we're going to give you the chance to own even more pearls. It's your early bird offer of the day. As I say, already very well received, already selling in hundreds, but we still have stock to go. So if you want to join us and get and add to your order this deal, it's yours for the taking for just £6.95. A full strand, let me show you again. Just looks so pretty against a black top, doesn't it? I love pearls with a black top. I can't get enough of it.
No.
I'm pretty standard like that. I just go, oh, that'll do. That's lovely.
Pearls with just one feature, other colour bead. So a rose quartz, for instance, a really nice elongated rice cut bead or something like that. Just adds that little bit of colour. Or if you've got those, the box clasps that have got the gemstones on.
Yes,
the
that's the one. I love
ones.
those.
Can you imagine that as a fastening with those? And just as it swoops around your neck, you just catch that extra bit of gemstone coming round and all that silver. Oh.
Gorgeous. And I was just going to say, I would actually even consider getting two of these and making it almost like a lariat style necklace. And I was just thinking to myself, well, how much would I be prepared to pay for a lariat pearl necklace, like genuine pearl lariat necklace? Yeah. You'd expect to pay hundreds of pounds, wouldn't you? I wouldn't be stopping
at 2 strands, not at that price.
Oh, that's the thing.
That's the thing. I use pearls an awful lot in my commission pieces, and to have those in store at that price, I would not be stopping at 2 strands.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, you know, you might actually want to get 3 strands. I was just thinking 1 strand, 2 strand, 3 strand. That could be a heck of a beautiful lariat pearl necklace. And it's going to cost you just shy of £20. I mean, it's quite an impressive opportunity to really get that wow factor. And it's, I mean, it's Coco Chanel all the way, really, isn't it? When you say pearls and black, you really do have that Chanel feel about it. Luxury for less, though.
Makes you feel so sophisticated. I mean, I love wearing, I've got a piece that I made, and it's like a ladder weave pearl necklace, and it's chocolate and mocha pearls. And I just love wearing it with just a really simple fine knit. And I've got a baby pink fine knit cardigan that I wear.
Oh, that looks cute.
It just looks amazing. So pearls, just with any outfits, just makes you feel so special.
I agree. We have got for you now, if you have just got the Larimar, and the pearls, can I just introduce this next kit? So there's the Larimar and the pearls, and I'm just going to pop it alongside. Oh. Absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't that just work so well? Now then, earlier on, before when we came back from our little break, we showed you this gorgeous carved floral strand over your shell pearl, and as you can see, they're so funky. They really are such a lovely addition to any kind of jewelry making. These go alongside this kit as well. So you're going to get your carved flowers, then we're going to add in, let's just add in some of these true blues. Yeah, look at those tropical banded blue agate that you have here, 12mm, matching really well against those 12mm flowers as well. Let's add in the hematite. And these are your rainbow colour coated hematite, 6mm that you have there. And then let's add in one more strand, and let's give you your 3mm of your blue colour quartz. And these are, of course, very, very versatile within any jewelry making, but again, while we've got Sarah here, perfect for the bead loom. I mean, those 2 strands I think probably would be the ultimate way to create 2 totally different looks from a bead loom, but very effective at that, especially those rounds if you were working it with the rondelles as well from the gem selection. So really going to go a long way. So you have 4 strands in total in this kit, and the blues and all of those lovely midnight feel about this quality just goes on and on and on. And this is what sometimes I'm just fascinated by our kits, because you just seem to get so much for so little, and it's great, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense a lot of the time. So first of all, you're going to get your organza ribbon. And you're getting 2 lots of your organza ribbon, and that's 5mm of each, and it's your blue topaz and it's your baby blue organza ribbon. Then we're adding your blue wax cord, and we're adding in your silver wax cord, so 5 meters of each again. So in total, 20 meters of additional cord and ribbon. We're adding in as well your colored beading thread, your colored elastic, and your monofilament. So follow miniment. And you can see there, follow miniment. The royal blues, perfect match against the colours that we have within the gemstones, and then we're adding in as well the sky blues of the elastic. It all is incredibly well considered colourings, really well thought out kit, this one. And finishing it all off, we're giving you your findings, and those are your silver plated copper findings. 1 meter of chain, you're getting essentials like your crimp beads, your crimp bead covers. You'll also get shepherd hooks, you'll get a toggle clasp with an extender, you get a lovely nautical inspired clasp as well. Then you get all the essentials like your head pins and eye pins, and all of these come as part of one findings pack, which is pretty much everything and more to get your jewelry making up and running. I mean, when I say everything, it genuinely does across the board ticks so many boxes. You've got it all on this one. You've got 4 strands of featured gemstones, including those gorgeous carved shell. Plus on top of that, you've got all of the coloured beading threads and elastics to match. You've got 20 meters of threads and cords, and finally you've got 90 plus findings. It's a lot going on and a little price tag. Limited stock on this. We've got just double figure quantity on this. If you do like the look of it, now's the time to grab it. All you pay for your Blue Babe kit is just $17.95. 4 strands, all of the extras for $17.95. It's going to go a long, long way for just a small price tag. £17.95 is all you pay. I mean, that's pretty tremendous, really, isn't it? That's a really impressive price tag. $17.95, and the blues illuminating, and then the lovely crisp cut and the carving of those shells just add another texture, another dynamic. Then the threads, well, they're just going to really make an impact, aren't they?
They are indeed. And it went so far. It just went on and on and on. An absolutely amazing kit.
For the price tag?
Yes, indeed.
And again, you know, making jewellery is about enjoying it for yourself. Yeah. But actually, for me, lots of the time, making jewellery, and I've found this for myself, that I've made jewellery, but actually I've enjoyed making jewellery for somebody else more than myself a lot of the time. Yeah. You know, with the things like, you know, doing with the kids in particular, we just love making jewellery for other people. It's just so exciting.
My son, when he gets home from high school, he comes and he sits, because I sit and work in my dining room. I know I shouldn't, I've got a craft room, but I sit in my dining room anyway. And he'll come and he'll just pick the beads out and he'll say, oh, they go together for an earring, mummy. Mm-hmm. And I'll say, oh, okay, fine. And actually on one of the kits on Wednesday's show, he actually put one of the sets of earrings together. So he said that's how they should be. So
bless him.
I made them just how he wanted them. And I said, there you go, they're your earrings.
That's brilliant. But then this is the kind of, exactly the same principle. This is the kind of kit that really does give you so many different opportunities to get different looking jewellery. And let's not forget,
we've got another piece.
Exactly.
Yet another one.
Because we've already seen this one, because this is the piece that we had with those gorgeous charms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of jewellery.
I know.
That means you've got jewellery that's going to cost you £1.79 a piece. So let's say £1.80 for each one of these pieces of jewellery. Hang on, £1.80.
I know.
£1.80. £1.80? No, surely not.
Oh yeah.
But that's it. That's the price of it. That's why if you make your own jewellery, your money goes further, because just have a look at that one bracelet and tell me how much would you pay, because it certainly wouldn't be £1.80. I can't believe that anybody would say I'd buy that piece of jewellery and expect to pay £1.80 for it, because that's just not true. Because there's no way you would look at that quality of a bracelet and go, oh, that's £1.80's worth of quality. No, it's just not true. So really, for me, when you start to take on board all of the different permutations and all the different opportunities, £1.80 for each piece of jewellery is pretty extraordinary. What are you going to show us to make?
I'm going to show you how to make the beaded flower.
Yay!
Yay! The one we were going to put the butterfly on.
Yeah. Perfect.
And it's quite an easy technique once you get your head around what you need to be doing with it. So it's really quite an easy technique. Maybe we should pop that on the... yeah, we can put it on there, because we can then see the actual beading thread itself going through the design. So to start off with, you actually start making your design on one of the petals. I don't know if you can see, on one of these petals, we've actually got 3 of the coated hematite and then 1 of the blue. So what you start off with on your beading thread is exactly the same. And you're going to take the tail of your beading thread through, oh, these are gorgeous, these blue beads.
Aren't they? I love the banding on them.
The banding's just amazing, because you get some that are really pale, we've got them all pale colours on, and then you get some that are really, really deep navy, sort of dark blue. And it's what I like about genuine gemstones, is that no two are ever the same.
Yeah, I agree.
And what you do is you pull that until you've got the petal the size you want, okay? So you haven't pulled your beading thread tight, you've left it loose. And these are going to allow, these 2 here are going to be our connectors to connect the petals together so that they're not going to move, otherwise they'd just be free flowing. By connecting them, we're going to lock it all together. So what we're going to do is create the next part, and what we do is on one, doesn't matter which side, on one side you add 1 of your blue banded agate, it's gorgeous, and 2 of your mystic coated, or mystic rainbow.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is, because we've already got 1 bead here which we're going to bead through, we only need 2. So we're actually going to go back through this one. I can get my fingers out of the way, hopefully. There we go, back through that one, and then through the blue. Okay, and what you want to do to get this to work is you want to push those 2 together, because they need to sit fairly close to each other, and then just pull your tail until it's where you want it to be. And what you're aiming for is these petals to be roughly the same size. And you're going to keep doing that, and I'm going to show you how to finish it off as well, because that's the tricky bit.
Yeah.
So again, it doesn't matter which side you do this on, it's 1 of the blue and 2 of the rainbow. And you can do this with 5 petals or 6 petals. And then you go, that's why you have 3 on the centre one. Can you see this one's going to be my 3rd one now? And back through and round through the blue banded. And again, we're going to pull that across because we want those tight, and then pull this to our petals the same, similar sort of size. And don't worry if your last petal seems to want to ping and be a different size. Okay, if you imagine I've done 5 of these, I'm going to show you how to actually finish off. And what you would do is ignore the fact that we've only got 3 petals. Shall I do it? Shall I do it? I'll do the 5. It will make life a lot easier if we've got time, actually.
Okay.
I'll do it very quickly. So exactly the same again. Okay. We'll make a 5 petaled one. So what I'm going to do is put on my, I'll just have to think about this, 2 this is a bit I always get confused with. And it's good that it confuses me too, because it's good to show it, because what you need to do is go back through that bead there and back, so that's your last one. You go, actually take your beading thread back through it on both sides, that last,
Without having anything on it?
Without having anything in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. And you need to pull these so they're actually next to the bead. And then what we're going to do is take our, I'm going to add 1. That's right, add 1 to either side. You can hear the cogs going there, can't you?
Yes, I can.
Sorry.
And I'm not talking because I'm thinking, I'll let you think, because I don't want to interrupt the thinking.
That's okay. And then I'm going to cross this over. To pull that tight. Actually, that's not right. So sorry. I knew I'd get it wrong. There we go. Pressure of live TV.
Don't worry. Because the thing is that this is the nice thing about beading thread.
I don't very often get my demos wrong, so I'm really sorry, guys. Right, okay, so I'm going to pull that tight.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is take my beading thread back through this rainbow bead here. That's it, it's all coming together now. That's it. Pull my bead back through.
Yeah.
So I can pull that tight, and I'm going to take it through this one as well, on the opposite side. Yay, now it's working. Through this one. There we go. I've ruined my reputation now of clear and concise demos.
Not at all.
Oh,
Not
dear.
at all.
Okay, so you pull that tight and you sort your petals out. Yours will be a lot neater at home, so that will be tight.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take this back up, and I'm actually going to add 2 crimp beads. Grab those. 2 crimp beads either side of my beading thread. And then 1 of my rainbow. And I'm going to cross my threads through everything that I've just added. So I'm going to cross my threads through my crimp beads, through my rainbow hematite, and through the crimp beads on both sides.
Yeah.
And when I pull all of that together, I'll show you on this one. When I pull it all together, you'll actually get that little section there. So So if I hold that up to the camera, can you see? You'll get that little section there where the silver crimp beads are in between my fingers. You can see. And then once you've done that, you can then just bead onto the rest of your necklace. But because you've crimped it there, this is all safe now. It's not going to pull out of shape. Yeah. You can wear it, you can put it in your jewellery box, and it's not going to come out of shape. So it's a really great design. And it just is so easy to wear. Looks really solid as well, that's the nice thing about it. It is, and because you've got the beads on there and because it's all gone round and round and round, it's really solid, and these won't pull out of shape because it's crimped in the top. Yeah. So all I do with mine as a top tip is I have a lot of beaded, threaded jewellery, and I just wrap mine in a piece of tissue paper when I put it in my jewellery box. And just a simple piece of, you know, tissue paper you can get for wrapping gifts. And I just wrap that little piece in a piece of tissue paper, and it just stops it from tangling A up with itself and B with everything else in your jewellery box. And it just stays perfect. There you go. Perfect idea. So I love those mystics, those sort of coated ones, because they just add so much light. And using the beading thread at the top as well. So, you know, if you don't want to bead all the way up your neckline, use the thread, the threads that come, the cords that come in the pack, and that just adds a real light feeling, and it's really nice to wear around the neckline. It makes your jewellery go further as well, doesn't it? And I love mixing things together. You know, it was great when we got the chain in the findings kit. So I thought, great, we've got chain at last. Yeah. And then suddenly we started getting threads and ribbons and everything else. And I just thought, oh, it just changes the feel of jewellery. It changes the way it feels when you wear it. Exactly. Well, hopefully, talking of chain, you need to keep watching. If you're looking for some brand new chain, keep watching today. I can't give anything else away other than keep watching. Now then, £17.95 for that kit. I think this kit will be a sellout today. Do believe that this is going to be a sellout. Should be as well, because if you think about it, all the different permutations of ingredients that you've got to then create so many looks. Look at that. Amazing. Each one of those pieces of jewellery, £1.79. Well, let's say £1.80, round it up. £1.80 a piece. It's incredible, really, to put it like that, isn't it? £1.80 for every one of those pieces of jewellery. And you spend £1.80 without even thinking about it these days. Oh, can't even go there. No. Can't even go there with my money at the moment. I feel like every time I go to the cash machine and put money in, like I'm not actually putting it in my purse because I don't know where it's going. Oh, I went to the cash machine, got money out, definitely put it in there, and then literally went to go and pay something and went, where's my money gone? And then I'd gone back and I'd traced all the things. I went, that's it, £30 just gone like that. And I just thought, oh, I hate it when you have days like that where your money just disappears and you can't remember what you've bought. Oh, I know it's like most days though, isn't it, these days? Right, where should we go? Let's go. Oh, should we do this mega deal? Mega deal. Okay. DVDs are one of our real bonuses to Jewellery Maker, inspired and created to really give you step-by-step instructions and tutorials via our amazing guest designers. Memory wire and beading thread DVDs are coming your way with this bundle. These are an hour long. We have the fantastic Gemma Crow with your beading thread, inspiring you with some amazing, almost artistically inspired jewellery. And then we have our memory wire addition to with the lovely Louise Jacobson, giving you some really exciting different ideas to use your memory wire in such fab dynamic ways. You're really going to enjoy both of those DVDs, very, very popular DVDs at that. So you're going to get both of those with this deal. Those are £4.95 each. We know that, don't we? £4.95 for the DVDs. Then let's just tip it out. Nearly went. And let's just tip it out. It's best just to see how much you're getting because it's a lot. There you go. Right. So you are getting, whoa, with all of this, you are getting a combination of 15 meters of organza ribbon. You're going to get some beautiful aqua shade. Oh, hang on, stop. Whoa. Right. Just look at this. Aqua. And then watch.
how perfect is that as a combination? So if you've got every intention, and I know you will be buying the blue topaz, trust me, on the price of that topaz, you will be buying it today. You buy the blue topaz, get this deal, and just look how well that aqua ribbon aqua cord goes with it. Isn't that a stunning compliment? It matches so well. It literally just looks like almost a dream of colour. Well, the topaz is coming up later on, just to remind you, it's coming up around about midday on the live show. It's about an hour's time if you're watching on the repeat. You will get this cord with the bundle I'm about to offer you. So you're going to get your cord, plus you're going to get your beading thread, your monofilament and your elastic. And you're going to get all 3 sizes of your memory wire. That's your small, your medium and your large memory wire. These are 14 coils each. So that's 14 coils of each. So 14 of the large, 14 of the medium and 14 of the small. Now you're going to get all of that I've just taken you through times 2. So you're going to get all of this bundle but twice over. So you're going to get two lots of the memory wire, 2 lots of the ribbon, 2 lots of the cord, 2 lots of your beading thread, 2 lots of the elastic, 2 lots of the monofilament. And you're going to get it all for one price tag. Now the price of this becomes rather dumbfounding when we then add in the fact that you're getting the DVDs too. Let's just remind ourselves, DVDs come in at £4.95 each. So the DVDs, £4.95. The DVDs alone are £9.90. The DVDs alone, I'm going to say this again and again and again, the DVDs alone are £9.90. However, you buy the DVDs and everything you can see here, everything there, for £9.90. Oh my goodness, free. Free. Don't ask me, do not ask me, don't ask me to make sense of this. £9.90 for everything you see here. You have got an incredible opportunity. Where does the sense in that? There is no sense, to be honest. There's absolutely no logic at all in the pricing. It's just a case of if you like it, you buy it. You've got to enjoy this. And I think one of the things is that memory wire makes your jewellery creations really impressive, but without having it to be too taxing. I mean, as I say to a lot of our jewellery makers who are just getting started, this could be the difference between you creating really, really difficult jewellery or really difficult jewellery, but it being really easy.
Yeah. And if you're like me and you're an established jewellery maker, I'm looking at the front bit there as a top it up my stash.
Of course.
And if you've already got the DVDs, there's 2 presents for a crafty friend.
Exactly, and the thing is that what you could do is that you could make up a little bundle of your own with a few bits and pieces, bring it all together, and that's a lovely gift for somebody to get started into jewellery making. You know, you give them the memory wire, you give them the memory wire DVD, a few little other bits and pieces, and you've got a great gift, and it's cost you nothing because effectively you've just got half of this bundle for free. You have just got half of this bundle totally for free because you buy the DVDs and everything else is free. Yours for the taking. Congratulations. Both DVDs there cost £4.95 each. That takes you to £9.90 and the rest of it all for free. And it is a very, very popular deal. Of course it is. It's a crazy deal and it's yours while we've got stock. Just enjoy it. Congratulations if you got that one. Free phone number, so stay on the lines if you are giving us your patience there. Thank you very much. If you want to join us on the web, you can do so at www.jewellerymaker.com. One click. If you have got the opportunity to join us on the web, that's the fastest way to buy. But of course that free phone number will process your call as fast as we can. For those of you who are being patient with us, queues of at least 2 or 3 minutes. But we're working hard to answer all those calls. In the meantime, how about we go straight to the Wall of Fame. 213 is Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Says, oh, she's in Cardiff. This is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. It is my first chainmail necklace, bracelet, earrings with Italian style beads, which were my free gift in the Easter sale you had. I made them with gold and silver coloured jump rings, as I found that it was easier to do this Byzantine style with both colours, whereas when I tried with one colour, I kept doing box weave instead of Byzantine, so it was much easier with both colours. I hope this is good enough to be shown, as I sent this in a couple of months ago and it didn't make it. Love to all the presenters, guest designers and all the crew. Well, I tell you, the thing is, Sharon, is that at the moment we are just inundated with Wall of Fame entries, which we adore, but obviously not all of them can be shown. But thank you very much for sharing with us again, because that's fabulous, and what a great idea to mix up the colours. It does have a much more Italian flair when you've got the two colour tone as well. Lovely. 213 you are.
Okay, I've got 212, and this is from Diane in Bristol. Here is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. I made these earrings, way up, with lovely JM amethyst nuggets and prehnite. I love the colours together, and she used 0.8 JM silver plated wire too. Thanks for all the fab shows as always. And that's Diane in Bristol. Aren't those elegant? Very elegant.
Very gorgeous.
Lovely.
And I have Samantha, and she says, here's my entry for this week's Wall of Fame, a silver-plated heart pendant with colour-graduated Mexican fire opal. Man, I love fire opal. All from JM. I bought the opals from you about 2 years ago and have finally had the courage and inspiration to use them. I didn't want their beauty lost within a design, but to be the design, the heart is just a framework to show their stunning colour and beauty. I hope you like it. If this is read out, can you please say hello to my son William, brackets one of your future presenters, as he is poorly with chicken pox. Oh no, William.
Get well soon.
Yeah. I was going to do a chicken impression there, and then I thought, it's chicken pox. It's not turning into a chicken. Oh, yeah, William's not a chicken. I was just thinking, like, you know, when you just take the word chicken pox. Do you want me to do a chicken impression anyway, William? This is just for William. Right, ready? I even have to have the arms, because you see, I even got myself in position. See, I can't do grasshoppers. I need to go away and practice grasshoppers. But chicken, I'm in the moment. There you go, William. I hope you feel better soon, lovely. 211 you are.
Okay, I've got 210 here. And this is from Eleanor in Edinburgh. This is my week's entry to this week's Wall of Fame, made with black onyx rounds, clear quartz nuggets, chalcedony large chips, and antique bronze wire. She loves working with different mediums, on offer from Jewellery Maker, and she never tires of thinking of new ideas.
Good.
She wore it with a lovely plain black top, and it just lifted it to another level.
That's what I've just been saying.
There you go.
It's almost like we did it though. You know, Eleanor's just saying what I've just said.
Absolutely
Eleanor,
fabulous.
Great minds think alike.
Brilliant design.
Nicola in Huddersfield is next. She said, I thought I would send you my latest entry to the Wall of Fame. The pendant is made with 925 sterling silver wire woven with a single amethyst for the eye. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to put it on my website, but as I'm doing a fair in Wesley Chapel, Harrogate on the 28th of September and the Village Hotel in Leeds on the 29th of September, I'll take it with me then as well. Love the show. Please keep bringing us lots of lovely gems and inspiration. Nicola, wow. Shall I do this? I think it's meant to be like that, so let's...
Yeah. Look at the work in that. Absolutely amazing.
It's extraordinary.
It is. It's a piece of artwork that you can wear around your neck. It's just amazing. Absolutely.
I'm intrigued by the perspective of size. I would love to know what size it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I wondered if you could do it, you know, if you could do different variant sizes, you know, because that could be a beautiful small pendant, but could be just as beautiful ball pendant. So
imagine
gorgeous.
if you know, also if you wanted, you know, if you were going to a swanky do, if you had that in a hairpiece almost as well, with like feathers and...
Oh, imagine!
It'd look amazing.
209, congratulations. Amazing, Nicola. What a crafts lady you are. Right, we have still lots and lots still to look forward to. We've seen it a couple of times because we are in love. Your aqua topaz. And of course, anybody who's looking for that perfect gemstone for December's birthstone, this is the one for you. We have got a big deal, really, really big deal on topaz with this one strand. I know you're going to to enjoy it. So it's coming up very, very soon indeed, shy of an hour. We will be bringing you that chance. We've got plenty more to go, and I have to tell you, we haven't even talked about the tiger's eye.
I know, that tiger's eye is amazing.
Ridiculously gorgeous tiger's eye. And of course, let's not forget those faster drops of smoky quartz. Lots to look forward to. I'm just going to say the word chain. Anybody who likes chain, keep watching. Trust me, it'll be worth it.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B989HF.
Join Jewellery Maker and specialist guest designer Louise Jacobson for our basic wirework course. This class is suitable for complete beginners who wish to learn simple wire wrapping techniques to create stunning structural designs. Louise will teach you all the essential skills to get started, including basic spirals, double connectors and much, much more. The full course includes a range of different wire gauges, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $69.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Today I've been on the Wirework for Beginners course and it's been really helpful to me. I've bought wire and I've bought tools and not really had the confidence to use it because I'd feel like I was wasting it. So to come along and be shown exactly what to do and have one-to-one tuition has been brilliant for me, and it's really given me the confidence to go ahead with my jewellery making now.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Well, welcome back. It's lovely to have your company. We're with the fantastic Sara today. And of course, Sara, the bead loom is really, really popular.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people, since we started, have been requesting for us to do the bead loom.
Yes.
And now we have it. Its potential really is endless.
You can change the patterns and do lots of different things. So depending on the size of bead you have, the shape of the bead you're using, the amount of threads you want to use, whether you want to embellish the braid after you've done it, whether you want to embellish your loom piece with wire, extra beads, all of those possibilities, that is endless. You know, if you change it and use double drill beads, you get a very flat, substantial bracelet. But this piece here also shows how we can incorporate, and I made this the other day, how we can incorporate drops into our piece, and these are actually loomed in at the same time on the piece. So, you know, it gives you an idea that yes, although it's ideal for round beads and rondelles and things like that, you can actually incorporate your fancy cut beads.
Beautiful piece of jewellery there. Beautiful.
So, just thought I'd show that again, just to show a different technique. With
The thing is that if we just change those with the smoky quartz that we've got, I mean,
or is it the aquamarine?
No, the Topaz.
Topaz, sorry.
Yeah,
amazing.
both of those.
And you know, you could put clear quartz and the topaz together, or if you wanted to, you know, even those pieces of Larimar, you can use irregular shapes and things like that. So I don't think it's got to be a round bead, or it's got to be an oval, or it's got to be, you know, it can be an irregular shaped bead. It can be a chip, it can be a nugget. You can use them with this. It's not a problem.
Absolutely, and I think that's what I think most people, when they think of the bead loom, they think that it has to be a regular formation to create that. Because I think most people, when you think of a bead loom design, will see it as this kind of design, almost peyote stitch type of, you know, blocks of gems. But that's not the case. No. That's just probably what most people associate, but actually I think really outside of traditional looming there is so much more.
Yeah, this is a great place to start with the regular shape here with the rondelles, and if you've got the challenge tube, they work brilliantly just in rows like that. Absolutely fantastic. And then you've also got, you know, so we've got designs there which are similar to that, but we're incorporating, and on the left there, a silver bead, taking that through the wires as you actually put the your warp threads on the loom. You just take them through that centre focal point. But the one on the right is your sort of traditional rowed loom piece.
So this is your bead loom, and it is now last of stock. We really are talking about very limited available offer for you. Please don't underestimate the quantity that we have. It really is the last of stock. I've spoken to Hannah Oxbury. She's one of our production and our product managers, and she has quite simply said, don't know when the next time it's going to come in. We've just had a big shipment of tools come through, so it's very difficult for us to establish when the next bead loom section will be. So please, if you do want to, especially when you see this next demonstration, you see how easy it is. It's already flying on. I've got lots of people already buying. So if you do want this, it's last of stock. And I don't want to scare you into making the purchase. That's not why I'm giving you the information that I don't know when it's next in. I'm literally just giving you the information as I know it. I'm trying to just give you, I always think knowledge and power walk hand in hand when you've already gone. This is serious. If you do want the bead loom, we just don't know when we're next going to get into stock. So if you do want it, this is the time to get it. It's the Beadalon Jewel Loom, 30 allocated now. I've got another 20 people on the lines, 40 have gone. There you go. This is going to be gone. Your price tag, you get everything that you need, as you can see that you require, including the needle, including the loom itself, and the little presentation. And actually that just makes it easier to travel with. Yes. You see, that's just an important thing about it, isn't it? Is that to make life easy, you want to travel it. Okay, stock's going, and it's yours for the taking.
Oh, wow.
That's why it goes, you see. That's the reason that just for a tool to have such an easy impact into jewellery making, $7.95 really is.
It's just, and it's such, I mean, I will say I have used other looms in the past, and this one is meant to make your life so easy. So
it's travel friendly as well. That's
what
I like about it.
It goes flat. It's got everything you need in one package. This is mine, so you can see that I keep all sorts of things in my bag. So I keep my threads, and I keep some small beads, and then when you've taken your tension bar out, you can also keep your tension bar in there, and I keep my needles in here. So everything is all in one place. So if you're taking beads along with you, you can just pop them in there as well.
Perfect. And it really is just a little nifty way of travelling with your jewellery making, but without having to take cumbersome amounts of the thing. We're down to the teens in quantity, and that is last of stock. Literally, this is it, last of stock. Just to highlight the fact, I've got over 30 people on the phone lines, and I've got 10 left in stock now. In fact, it's sold. It's okay. Sorry if you've missed out on that. We do take on board that you know, it's not great to sell out of a product that you really want, but in the same sense, we just can't keep up with some of the demands that are going on with many of our, but I think that's based on our price, you know, a little bit like, you know, if you've got a brilliant price for something, and a bit like the mini macrame board. Yes. We knew it didn't matter how many we got into stock, we knew it was going to sell out, because you trust us, you know that we'll push our boundaries on price, so that's why you'll hold off and you'll buy from us. So we really are appreciative of that. We'll always push our opportunities to you in terms of stocking as much as we can, but most of the time it's just never ever going to be enough. And with that in mind, how about we give you another deal? Of course, you may have already seen this, but you're going to see Sarah work with these, in particular, these saucers. And I will say, for those of you who are wanting to achieve even the most simple of bead loom techniques, and you do get an instruction pack with the bead loom to how to do the step-by-step getting started, etc. And you have already demoed how to get started with the bead loom as well on
I've done it on 3 different occasions, and I will, when I get home, I will put them back up, the dates that they were on, so you can go and review those through the Jewellery Maker YouTube channel.
Yep, brilliant. So you've got here a full tube of your saucers. These are your hematite saucers with your gold finish, your rainbow colour, and also your silver finish. And as you can see, you're going to get a lot. And Sarah, you're using just a tiny, like a nominal amount to create this bracelet that you're in the midst of. But if I just show you, Sarah's already got all of the gems already loomed on, right, that she's going to be working with. Just take a look at how many are left in this box, in this tray. That's a lot, isn't it?
There's loads up here as well.
Lots and lots and lots. Yeah, going to go a long way. So really quite impressive.
Yes.
Right then. Okay. What are you gonna?
Okay. So
price tag. Sorry. Didn't even tell you the price of that. Do you want them? All right. Well, it's £3 million. Joking. £6.95. £6.95. Sorry. Kim's like, Vix, do you want to do your job and tell everybody how much it is before you move on? Do you want to do your job? All right. Take a look. £6.95. Congratulations.
I just want to answer a quick query which loads of people have had and have asked me. We give the monofilament in all the kits, and they've said it's really difficult to get the monofilament through the beading needle.
Right.
That comes with the loom, or if you've got the extra size 10 needles which you would have got with your soutache. I will show you a very quick show you a very quick way to get this monofilament through there, so you can use your monofilament should you wish to. And that all you need to do is to take the end of your monofilament, live on TV, you can never find the end of the monofilament. And all you need to do is to take your flat nose pliers and just squeege about ½ centimetre. Literally just keep squidging, and it actually will flatten. I don't know if you can see. It's flattened it out just a tiny weeny bit, and that is enough to get it through your beading needle. And once you've got that tiny edge through, you won't get it with a bead threader, but you will get it through the eye of the needle. Once you've got that bit through, you can pull your monofilament through then. So I'm actually using the standard monofilament today to do this with.
Perfect. So just need squidging.
Just squidge it, and it will fit both the needle from the bead loom and your extra needles if you've got those the size 10.
So you're working with our monofilament.
I'm working with the standard monofilament, the standard thickness, which is great for these beads. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you how to make this braid. And it's a bit different. I was
going to say, I've not seen you do this one. I've not seen this kind of technique before.
No, this is another new one. I keep inventing them.
Brilliant.
I don't know if someone else has invented these, but I keep making things up as I go along. So what I've done is I've put on my loom 4 warp threads. They're the long threads that run along your loom.
Okay.
But as I've done that, I've pre-threaded on either side of the outer warp threads 15 of the rainbow spaces, okay, and they just go down there and out the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a standard row on the bead loom, and then I'm going to show you how to do a row with the additional beads, and this will create this pattern. So, there's one for the floor monster. There's a gem monster down there that eats all these gems, I'm sure. So what we do is we thread them onto our needle, and you take them underneath your warp threads. And what you want to do is to sandwich them between the threads. Can you see? I've just sandwiched those
straight
in between those threads.
Yeah.
The threads that I've put on, the warp threads, are 2 notches apart. So they'll fit these beads beautifully.
And you can change the width of the
so
the gap.
Here at this end, if you can see, you can put them as close together as 1 notch apart, or you can do them 2 notches apart, 3 notches, 4 notches. Whatever size
of stone that you're working with.
And you can also row different size gemstones. So if you want a small gemstone on the outside and a big gemstone in the middle, just make your warp threads further apart for the middle row and smaller on the outer rows.
Okay.
So I've taken my gemstones through, like that, and I'm going to take my needle through, and I've got my finger underneath. Now this thread, as it went underneath, it went under all of the warp threads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is take it back through the beads, but I'm going on top of all the warp threads. So in theory, you're basically creating a sandwich of thread through the beads, and it's trapping it round all of those warp threads. Oops, sorry. I'm going to try and pull this so my hands are out of the way so you can see. And that creates the next row on my bead loom piece.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the next one, so I can incorporate these gemstones that I've got on the outer thread, I'm going to bring down 2, 1 on either warp thread. And what I'm going to do is on this left hand side is I'm just going to take my beading needle through that bead and bring it down. I'm then going to add on 3 of my beads onto my beading needle. If you find it easy, you can do this off your beading mat and just use your needle to pick them up. Ooh. Another one gone for the bead monster.
He's very hungry.
He is hungry. It's like my dining room floor, it seems to be. I seem to have a monster there too. Okay, so it's a slightly different one. We're going to go back under again and catch those beads with your fingers underneath.
Yeah.
And then you're going to take your beading needle back through the bead on this side. I don't know if you can see.
Ah.
Yeah. And catch that bead, and then we are, if I can get the monofilament off my fingers, I'm going to take my needle back over, over. So now I've got my needle back through and over the top of all of those threads. Pull that down and pull through. And don't worry if you end up with a bit of a tail, you can sort that out in a second. And then, whoop, it's going to be naughty now. There we go. And so that's creating that pattern. And then you just carry on. Should I hold that up a bit more? Does that help?
That's brilliant.
And then you just carry on, and you'll get this pattern that's on there. And then when you're finished, a lot of people ask me, how do you finish off?
Yes.
Well, my preferred way to finish off is I just snip the threads. Take your beading thread, before you snip your threads, take your beading thread back through and periodically do a surgeon's knot. So the knot that goes around the needle twice. So you take the needle under, take your thread round twice and pull it through. That will create a good tight knot with the monofilament. Then weave it back through a few rows of the beads and chop off the tail. Do the same on the other end. You'll have a free end where you started off. Do the same on the other end and weave it back through. When you cut off when you've done that and you've tied it up all your monofilament, you need to cut your warp threads from the back. And if I just tip that up, can you see that little knot there underneath? You see all my threads are on that little button. Just chop them off. Your beads are safe, they won't fall off. And then what you can do is you can either bead on here, or you can create little loops with crimp beads and use a multi-clasp, or you can use also a ribbon clasp to take those ends in. But it's great if I show you on this piece here, if you use your little tiny seed beads. Yeah. You see here, I've just taken the little tiny weeny seed beads and just finished those ends off. Then I've taken it through one of the smoky quartz and then crimped it. So it just finishes those ends off. So if you've got some of those seed beads and you had thought, crikey, what am I going to do with those? They're perfect.
That's the answer. Yes.
Perfect for this. And that's as difficult as the bead loom is. It's not a difficult tool.
I was just going to say, you can't really say that it's difficult though when you see it like that. How simple it is.
You can sew a button on. Not even as difficult as sewing a button on. I think sewing a button on, you're more likely to, put the needle in your finger.
Yes.
So it's not difficult at all, and it's a really easy, therapeutic. I think it's so therapeutic. I just sit for hours bead looming, and you end up with real masterpieces out the end of it.
Yeah, gorgeous. I love that. You can play with the pattern and that you have. You said I've never done this one before, but it's rather nice to do something different.
Create things on the fly. I've never done this one before. I did it the other day, and I've never done this one before. So you can create patterns on the fly. If you want to create coloured patterns for the standard bead loom, use just a piece of graph paper, or just draw some lines and squares and
work it out.
And just colour them in different colours, and that will be your bead loom pattern. So you can do things like United Union Jack flags in different coloured beads. You can do...
I thought you were going to say United Nations.
Oh, I know.
You can do the United Nations
I had a very early start. My brain's not working as it should.
You could do the United Nations, you could go across the world, you could do literally, you name it, you could do whatever flag.
I knew I got the wrong word.
Well, as we've seen, the bead loom is incredibly popular. It's already sold out, and rightly so. If you got the beads, well, congratulations to you. But we're going to give you another deal now, and these actually do work for the for the warp.
Yes, you can use these for the warp thread, which I had a good check beforehand. They do fit into these little grooves, so you can use them for the warp threads. What you can't use them for, because of the thickness, is to go in and out between the beads. So these threads here, the warp threads, perfect, you can use them. And it just gives your work a completely different look. You're going to end up with like a bead loomed friendship type bracelet feel. So it's kind of, just going to give you a completely different feel. Instead of having the structural feel of the beading thread, you're going to have a more sort of textile feel.
Textile,
Yeah,
I was going to say textile. So let's try it. Let's see how it goes. Your first deal is for your satin cord. Now just have a look. You've got your lemons, you've got your pinks, you've got your royal blues, your neon orange, greens, reds, yellows and your blacks all together in one deal. So it's 80 meters in total, 10 meters of each of the colors. And the satin cord, well, it just has never ever been anything other than popular. You know, since the moment we put it to air, really has just been popular on popular. You can't get enough of these kind of colors at the moment, certainly coming in to the coming weeks and months and you know, back end of the year. These are the colors that you're really going to get. I mean, just look at that gorgeous red and green. Imagine just creating a Christmas look, red and green, with this kind of look.
Yeah, you can.
That's perfect,
Yes,
isn't it? With a
yes.
Christmas feel like that, you're not going to go wrong. And you could then use some of the gold
Yes.
of the things just to get that final like Christmassy feel. And that would be Christmas style, but without, you know, being overtly
Sort of kitsch.
Yeah.
It's a really nice thing, and you know, these sort of braids are so easy to wear, and if you really struggle to make men's jewellery, braiding is the way forward.
How did you do that?
It's a friendship braid technique, and I will hopefully be doing a lot more work for you in the future on these, so that we'll hopefully have all these techniques down pat for you.
that.
Yes.
How did you do that?
It's lots and lots of little knots. Lots and lots of little knots.
Let me turn it over the other side.
Yeah.
That's way funky.
And they don't take long to do. You think, oh crikey, there's an awful lot of knotting in there, but they don't take long to make.
And you could do that with this, yeah?
You could do that with this, definitely. And because you get so much and so many colours, the world's, you know, your oyster when it comes to making these sorts of braids, because you get so much. It's just so easy to do.
It's going to go a long, long way to make a big, big difference, and it's all yours. 1 mil gauge your satin cord is. Red, orange, gold, pink, yellow, black, green and royal blue. Price you should be paying is £15.60. That works out at about £1.95 a reel. Instead, how about £1 each?
Wow.
£1 for 10 meters of satin cord. £1. That works out at 10 pence a meter.
That takes about 5 metres, maybe 4 metres of cord. Yeah.
So we're
Because I made that out of the cord that was in the kit, and I didn't use anything else, and I had cord left over. So, you know, it's just really such an economical way of making jewellery as well.
Isn't
and
it?
It looks so, do you know what, it looks so intricate, but it's not really, and you know, it's just going to make your jewellery so different from anybody else's.
And that's the thing is that with the colours, you really have got so many different ways of mixing colours together. You know, we've got something like the smoky quartz coming your way, and actually you could change that look. Just that one strand could be changed by just putting a different colour against it with the beading thread. I mean, you might be going adventurous and go for that bright neon orange. I mean, imagine that orange against the browns. I mean, that would just be amazing. That's gorgeous. But how many people are going to have jewellery like that? Nobody that I know of could, unless they're going to make it themselves, because you don't go to your high street and find those kind of colour derivatives, and certainly not with genuine gemstones, and certainly probably not with the detail of design that you're going to put into your own jewellery. So that's going to go, and not surprising, that is now limited stock. It is £8. That's £1 for each 10 metres, 10 pence a metre for satin cord. Please do, again, do your research. Find out the pricing that you should be paying, and then of course then come back to us, and then it'll probably be sold out and you go, should have bought it at the same time. 30-day money back guarantee, so buy it now, then do your research. If you're not happy, send it back and the money goes back into your account, but buy now because this will be a sellout deal for today. £8. Okay, we've just done satin cord. Now how about we do, it's starting to,
I think that's the one we checked, it would go across the bead loom.
and these definitely do as well, yeah?
Yes.
Fabulous.
1 mil will work absolutely fine. So it'll fit inside the notches, no problem at all.
Which is all you need. That's what you need to know, isn't it? That they're practical. So you have got another deal coming your way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly the same colours. almost identical colours that you're going to get here. To match it up, you could do the royal blues together, you could do the pinks together, the oranges together, the blacks together, the whites with the lemon would go together as well. Yeah. So not exactly the same colours as the satin cord, but very, very similar. At least 5 out of the 8 are going to match up. You have here again 80 metres of your wax cord. It's another bumper pack. Price it should be £15.60. The price you're actually paying, it's there again, it's £1 again, £1 for each colour. That's £1 for 10 metres of your wax cord. And I know that many of our jewellery makers rave about this, whether you're somebody who's into kumihimo, whether you're into something as simple as just beading, just simple threading on, you want to add detail as well. I mean, you've got lots of different ways of, and of course macrame, it's a massive trend at the moment for knotting and threading. Yes. I mean, these kind of designs with the knotting in particular,
yes, definitely,
are huge.
They're massive. They're everywhere. You see simple designs from just having 2 or 3 pieces of satin or satin cord or the wax cord with a bit of chain and a few beads hanging off, all the way up to sort of braided like this, or macrame, or kumihimoed. They're everywhere. And if you're doing your kumihimo and you think, oh crikey, I'm using a lot of thread, because you do use quite a bit with your kumihimo. If you're making a kumihimo bracelet, you're only going to use 8 metres of thread. That's including all your finishing off and everything else.
So you can make 10 kumihimo bracelets.
It's going to cost you 80p to make a bracelet. Wow. Apart from the clasps, 80p. You know, that's just ridiculous. And you know, if you're making those and putting them on your stand, people are looking at them going, how on earth have you done that? I don't know how you've made that. And the work that's in there, so you can then charge and make, you know, count for your time, because kumihimo takes a little bit of time, but it's very therapeutic, and you do it in front of the TV. I do anyway. And you know, you're selling a piece of jewellery that people aren't going to have.
Absolutely.
They're not going to have it anywhere else.
I think it's a brilliant idea. £8 is all you pay. If you want to join us, you're getting 80 metres for £8 there. Congratulations. Phones are really busy. The lines are very, very busy, so you do need to be patient with us. We have got a decent quantity, so don't panic if you're holding on the lines and we're not answering anything. Oh, they're going to sell out. We have got a really decent quantity. You just need to be patient with us, and we'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. You can obviously always join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. Thank you for that bead loom instruction. It's really nice to just sit and enjoy that, isn't it? Just to get that sense of the potential of it in the full throes. So that's great. Thank you, Sarah. Right, onwards and upwards. Let's go to Mother Nature. Well, we live in Mother Nature here at Jewellery Maker because, of course, we're surrounded by her incredible beauty. Don't forget, still to come, we have got Mother Nature's Topaz and Mother Nature's Smoky Quartz, those amazing drops. Now, this is the kit that when I joined Sarah this morning in the studio, she raved about, genuinely raved about. And then when you see the jewellery, I'm going to rave about it, because the jewellery is incredible. The potential in this kit is magnificent. Take a look at this. In fact, I'm just going to take them all off. I'm just going to take them all off and just give you, there we go. Let's go here. There is not a better kit for us to be able to bring you what I'd grade as the ultimate autumn look. Now, I think I'm right in saying it's only a couple of weeks till the autumn equinox. I think I'm right in saying that. I remember looking in my diary, it's not far away at all. And really, I would suggest that this is the kit for you to get your autumnal 22nd. Oh, it's already gone past. See, I was thinking, and it's odd. Now, this is interesting. And this is because I have got a really bad memory. But I remember the 22nd, and I remember thinking to myself, oh, the 22nd. But then I was thinking it must have been, no, but my head was going, it must be the 22nd of October, because I would never remember something like that, would I? And I said, oh, I've got it wrong, I've got it wrong. Is it? It's already gone past on the 20th. Okay, we're in autumn. It's official. As much as you don't want it to be. I love autumn. I love autumn. Yeah, I don't like the cold bit of autumn, but I like this part of autumn. I like the leaves falling and the prettiness of it, and I love the colours I love that. Don't like being cold. That's not great, but I do like autumn. This is your autumn feature gemstone combination. This is it. This is it. There is not a better offer coming your way. This is the one. You've got Mystic Colour Coated Carnelian in your irregular shapes. You've got your standard round carnelian in your 6mm. You've got your Botswana agate in your nuggets. You've got your multicolour moonstone in your 5mm rounds. And you've got your smoky quartz as well in your 6mm. That is 5 strands of gemstones in one deal. That's 5 strands for one deal. Then we add, and we don't add just one lot of wire with this bundle, we add 2. 20 meters of wire in this kit as well. So you've got 10 meters of your 0.4 and 10 meters of your 0.8 mil gauge wire. I mean, the perfect combination of gauging, because with 0.8 is your structural pieces and your 0.4 is your weaving and your detail. Perfect double combination of the wire. 5 feature gem strands and 20 meters of wire. It's a kit of abundance, and it's not going to stop there, because we're encouraging to get those lovely rich qualities to your jewellery. Matching beading thread, we'll give you the monofilament and your elastic, and to finish it all off with those rustic qualities, those vintage flare jewellery pieces that you're going to get. You've got here 98 pieces of your antique bronze copper findings. That includes a metre of chain, that includes your decorative toggle clasps, plus you've also got the likes of your head pins and eye pins and crimp beads and crimp bead covers, and you've got it all in a one price offer. And this kit, I tell you what, I will tell you now that Sarah's going to have a little kitten at the price tag that I'm about to do on this. Genuinely, Sarah, you're going to have kittens.
Am I?
Yeah, not just one, kittens.
I'm gonna, this kit, I can't get words that say how much I enjoyed making this kit up.
Okay, so take a breath. You really like this kit, don't you?
Love it. And
you should be paying £43 on this kit. In fact, over £43. Should be over £43, and yet the price tag, 5 strands, 20 meters of wire, lots and lots of potential.
Oh,
£21.95. I think that is pretty much on the cusp of being half price. On the cusp of taking that half price now. If you want to join us, that is a huge discount. That is a huge price reduction. £21.95. Now the pricing that we're saying, the £43, is pricing from our own website. We're not price comparing anywhere else but our own website, and you should be paying £43 plus, and yet you've got it for £21.95. That's right on the cusp of half price. That's tremendous. I mean, the carnelian is amazing. That carnelian is absolutely incredible. I mean, that feels like it's somewhere, this gem strand could be perfect for summertime, and yet actually head straight into autumn and it's there. It's right in the look of the moment, isn't it? It's the perfect strand to almost be the inspiration for the rest of this kit, and it feels like this kit is just overflowing with autumnal beauty. Mother Nature's jewelry kit, it's £21.95. The raving that has taken, we're not literally raving, we haven't been blowing whistles with our illuminated gloves or anything. I mean, the raving and the ranting of this gorgeous kit has been endless by our Sarah. She just adores it. We didn't tell her the price tag because, to be honest, I think that price tag doesn't make a huge amount of sense. But for somebody like yourself, who I know
there's so many bits, so many pieces.
Every time I see it, it looks amazing.
This is the wire and the gemstones I had left over. So. And I had loads of findings left over, which I just didn't pack up. But because the wire's in there, it makes everything go so far.
I'm wearing earrings as well.
Oh, there you go.
Why not?
Why not? But it just makes everything go so very, very far. And the colour combination, you can't pick up one of the gemstones out of this kit and it not go together.
That's right.
And it's got something for everybody, whether you love colour graduation in that moonstone strand, whether you love your rich browns and oranges, it's all there for you.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is an amazing kit. I think this is probably one of the most exciting kits in terms of potential. 20 metres of wire as well.
I know.
Excuse me. But 20 metres of wire is going to go a long way.
All of these pieces, all of that wire, and I still have loads of wire left on my reels. Absolutely loads left over. So, you know, it just really goes. And I've been a bit naughty and put my name on the bottom of that piece.
On the bottom of
Oh, this one over here. I put my
This
name
one?
on the bottom. Yeah. I don't know why. I just made my name in wire.
Ah, that's wicked. That's not naughty, that's cool. I didn't even notice that. I was so busy just like taking it all on.
Yeah.
And it's on the other side, so I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so what are you going to show us?
I'm going to show you how to make this bracelet here.
Wow, I was hoping.
Okay, so although I made this at home on the shaped gizmo, the one with the purple rods, so I made it with a square. I'm actually going to show you how to make it on a normal deluxe gizmo, the one with the large rod.
Okay.
So if you haven't got that tool, I'll show you a different way of doing it.
Brilliant.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to have a huge lot of wire, just to make a little piece for you so you can see how this will all work. Okay, so for those of you who aren't initiated to gizmoing, it's a simple tool.
Initiate me.
Initiate. Okay, so you have a long rod with a handle shape in it. So there we go, there's our handle shape. And this is the piece of the gizmo rod that you wrap your wire around. And wrap. Been hanging out with the kids too much. And you want the wire to be coming over the top of the gizmo handle and towards you. And it depends how you want to use the gizmo. Some people hold the wire against the frame here. I personally just hold it at an angle, and then you just start and watch the magic happen. And you want a little bit of tension on the wire so it follows the wire before and makes that little spiral. And you just keep going. And it's so easy. Another one for in front of the TV. I know that Rachel Norris does all her gizmo coils like in cars and on car journeys. Not while she's driving.
Yes. Hopefully.
Yeah, but you know, while she's a passenger, she does that. So what I've done is just created a little piece. So you can see what you would end up needing to do. You would need to create a piece probably about 3 or 4 inches long. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pull this coil out. You see?
Yeah.
Start to pull it out. Use a little tail. And I'm going to do the other end as well. This is why I've never got any nails, because I'm always using my nails. So you want a sort of a uniform sort of coil like that. And if you've done it on the shaped coiler, you do exactly the same thing, but you'll have a square or a triangle, a square in this instance. And what you want to do is start from the end, and you just want to flatten. If I can show, can you see? I'm flattening those coils. I'm just using my thumb and finger to flatten those coils. And this makes a great pendant because you can see it's already taking the shape of a circle. So it's another great one for making a pendant out of. So you end up with a piece that looks like that. So you can see on that one that the only difference is the shape from that one to that one. I've got squares on this one and circles on this one.
Yeah.
And if you're not happy with how far they're spread out, you can just pull it. And if you've got the hammer and block, I would suggest once you're happy, just to kind of give it a little tiny weeny tap. You don't want to wallop it. You don't want to, because these wires are crossing. All you're wanting to do is just make them flatten. So almost the lightest little tiny weeny tap you can give it. You don't want to give it any force at all.
And if you don't have the hammer and block, we are going to do a special deal for you tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Of course, don't forget, we've got our die cutting brand new machine launch tomorrow. So if you do want to join us, we will have plenty of deals coming your way tomorrow. I have no hesitation saying you will be buying tomorrow because it's just so good. But actually, if you want the hammer and block, we've got that tomorrow for you. I don't know why my hand's doing that, but it is. That's obviously my gesture for tomorrow.
Fair enough. So once you've got that shape, you want to have something you can attach your clasp to. So all I'm going to do is make a little wrapped loop at the end, and if you don't know how to do this, it comes in your starter booklet. But you take your wire to a right angle over your pliers, then back over the top, and then back round until you've got a right, I always think of it as a right angle, the wire's going over my pliers and back down, and then that's a perfect shape for doing a little wrapped loop, and then you can just tease that back out. And then cut off your excess, and I'm going to use this end where I've created my little wrapped loop. I'm going to use that to attach all my beads on now. So I'm taking some of the finer wire, my 0.4 wire, and I've just taken it straight through the first loop and underneath. So I've gone through my first loop and underneath, and I'm just going to wrap that around to anchor it. Okay, you can cut your tail off in a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to weave our beads in and out. That's all we're going to do to anchor them. So we add on, if I can get hold of one. I'm not going to feed the monster anymore. I think it's had enough. And you let the bead drop down over your design, and you'll see it'll sit naturally in one particular position on the wire. It'll want to sit somewhere. And then you just take your wire back down through one of the loops, sort of almost underneath where the gemstone's sitting. So you don't want it to go too far along. You kind of want to be sewing these in and out. So if I show you, my wire's just gone down under here, and you're just going to pull that, make sure it's all nice and neat, and pull it down. And that's going to be, you're going to go straight across the whole of your bracelet doing that.
Okay.
And it will just end up looking like this one. And then you're going to need to make a clasp. And I don't know if anybody knows how to make a clasp out of a piece of wire. And it's something I get asked a lot. It's a really simple technique, and it's a great one to show beginners if you're not used to wire work. What you need to do is to start and make one of those wrapped loops. So take your wire to a right angle, back over the top of your pliers, same as we did before. So we've got the P, or the sort of right angle shape. And then you just take your wire and wrap it over the top. And you only want to do 2 little wraps at this point. So you've got my loop. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a double piece of wire. So I'm going to take my wire, and this is going to create your hook, this piece of wire, and I'm going to bring it back on itself. So I've created a loop, and don't worry if it looks a bit uneven, you can just do that with your fingers. So you've got that loop, okay? Don't worry about it all being a bit funny at the end. And then what you're going to do is take your flat nose pliers, and you're going to hold that piece of wire, and you want it to go underneath the wrapped loop you've made. Can you see?
Yeah.
I'll put my hand behind it. I've got a busy dress on today. There we go. So you can see it's gone underneath the wrapped loop, and I've got my tail of my wrapped loop, which I'm now going to catch that extra wire. I'm going to catch it like that. Okay, so I've caught that. This piece of wire is now caught. It's not going to come out. And I've just got my wrapped loop there. What I can do then is cut off my 2 little tails, or you can make a little swirl if you like with that extra tail. And you'll do this a lot neater at home because you'll have loads of time. Now I've got a bit of a messy loop at the end here. You see, a bit messy. So all I'm going to do is take my pliers, and I'm going to bring those 2 pieces together. So I'm going to bring them together. A bit tricky because my hands are warm. And you see I've just brought all the wire together, and you'll do that all the way up so you have a nice neat piece of wire. That's it. And then what you can do is use your round nose pliers, and you can create a bend like so, and then kink this piece back over your round nose pliers, and that creates the little decorative loop that's going to go through. And you can do the same technique except add a bead in there and put a wrapped loop on each end, and that will actually create the bit here that you can actually put your clasp through. So it's all created out of wire, everything on this piece. There's no findings. I've created all the findings myself.
Perfect.
You can see when you do it at home, it comes out quite neat.
No, it looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. £21.95. We're down to the last of stock on this one now, limited availability. If you would like to join us, don't forget you should be paying, well actually pretty much double that price. I mean, we're right on the cusp of half price on that kit, so should be over £43 and you got it for £21.95, so a tremendous deal and so many pieces of jewellery, you know, to get out of this one kit. So lots of potential. 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 pieces.
And
plus,
how many more pairs of earrings?
Exactly.
Of that, you know, and you can make your own, you know, if you've got a 0.6 wire in the antique bronze, you can make your own shepherd hooks even to go through the ear. So, but you have, you know, I can make more shepherd hooks because I had eye pins left over because I used all the wire.
Sorry, I know you were talking there. And I'll put my hands up. I totally apologise that I wasn't even paying at all attention. I can understand why. I can understand. I completely forgive you. Now I've seen what caught your attention. Can I have some? Oh no, that's ridiculous. That is so good. No. And you talked, and you could have said, you could have offered me £1 million, and I wouldn't have even heard you. Do you know what I mean?
Thank goodness I didn't.
Because in my ear they went, Vix, it's here. Amelia walks through the door.
Oh, you're going to have a meltdown.
Have you rang the call centre? You definitely need to ring the call centre. Can I show? Can I show? Am I allowed to show? Oh, you can't miss it. It's like a chain waterfall. $10 meters of your silver plated copper. 10 meters of chain. It's not happening yet. Don't pick up the phones. I've got like 30 people on the phone lines because I've just said 10 meters of chain. Put the phones down. It's not happening yet. We've got other stuff to fit in. Just give us a second and we will promise you. The call centre are ringing us going, yeah, you need to do it now. You need to do it now. No, we're not doing it now. Just give us a sign. Put the phones down, please. I've got 50 people on the lines now. Please put the phone down because I'm not doing it yet. 10 meters of chain coming your way. 10 meters of chain. That's your silver plated. I have gold plated coming as well. I've got the gold plated and the silver. I'm so sorry.
I am so close to being out of gold plated chain. I've got about 1 meter or 2 left. That's all I've got left, so I need to be on the phone for that.
Yeah.
I've got a slight problem, haven't I?
You have definitely got a problem. Yeah. I would personally suggest that we go for a little break, and in that break you ring somebody who's going to buy it for you.
I think I'm going to have to do that.
I'm not being funny about it, but I'm going to do. Please, would you do me a favour though, Sarah? Could you pass me the smoky quartz that's just here on the corner? I forgot to pick it up. I was so transfixed by the chain. I was like, that chain is mine. That chain. Sorry, darling. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Right. Let's smoke it. Yes, we are going to go straight to our smoky quartz. The chain is coming up, okay? For everybody who's still on the lines, please put the phone down. Actually, no. Keep the phone in your hand. You're not buying the chain. Come and grab this limited stock smoky quartz. Again, this is not going to hang around. This is very special strand. Every single one of these gemstones is faceted to an idyllic proportion. Here you have the luxury of a gemstone that dazzles and dances in the light. This is a gemstone that quite simply brings utter luxury to every aspect of your jewellery making. This is your smoky quartz graduated faceted drop. So your range is 8x4 to 12x8, 22 centimetre strand that we're offering you here. This is what we talk about in terms of luxury strands. This is where we are bringing you the finest regard yard of quality craftsmanship. When you do something like a checkerboard face like this to a single stone, it takes a serious period of time. But when you're doing it in a multiple strand like this, please do not underestimate the time that it has taken us to perform this strand for you, to create this one strand for you. Time and skilled craftsmanship. It's the luxury of the stone matched by the luxury of the faceting that then gives you the top quality result that you're going to be working with. 100 carats of smoky quartz. Those fawn lines are busy, busy, busy right now. I did make the promise that this strand was going to go to less than £20 at the beginning of the show. When I said less than 20, what did you think? 19.95? That's what everybody thinks. Oh no. How about a full feature strand, not even £15? Actually, let's be tricky and let's just be a little bit naughty, because you know how I said less than 20? I actually could have said less than 10. Yes, I'm saying it, less than £10. It's nice to be naughty sometimes, because I tell you what, you were thinking 19.95, because that's what I thought when I first saw this strand. How about we give you for less than £10 your strand of smoky quartz? I know Sarah's giving me the look of this to go, why am I working here? Why am I stood? Why am I not buying this? £8.95 is all you pay. I know it's a little bit naughty to say less than 20, but when I saw this strand first thing this morning, my expectation was it was going to be a £20 to £30 strand. In pricing, that's what I expected, because of the quality and the luxury and the amount of gemstones you're getting. You're getting so many. I was just never ever predicting that this was going to go to less than £10. No way, Jose, but that's the delight of Jewellery Maker. You never know what's going to happen next. What we do know is that when we have deals like this, you can't afford to miss out. The queues on the lines are of course substantial on an offer like this, because you think of a buy two. You know, if you were happy to pay £20, because that's the price point that really you're looking at for this type of quality, if you were thinking £20, just buy 2 strands then. Pay the 20 but get 2 strands. Buy one for yourself and one for your stash, because the facts are is once you start working with these gems, you want more and more, and especially when you can then be making charm bracelets. Think of this chain. Get the chain just like that, and then a cascade of different charms hanging off there. That would be immense.
Can you imagine that? Even if you did that on a neckline piece, you had a piece of chain, and those tears, sort of those tiered
cascade
drops, oh, down, creating a lovely V-neck for the decolletage. Oh.
That
Amazing.
chain is so impressive, isn't it? Look at it all. Oh my goodness me. 10 meters of chain you've got coming your way today. 10 meters of chain. Goodness me. That's a lot of chain. That's a lot of chain. Congratulations. If you want to join us, you have got smoky quartz there. Less than £10. That has got to be a sellout deal. Now, if you think that's good, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby, because this has got to be the nicest tiger's eye we have had for so long. And I've had some gorgeous tiger's eye in the past couple of months, I know that, but hands up, this is, it's unmissably good. It is unbeatably glorious. This is multicolored tiger's eye. Autumn in a strand, perhaps that's the way to put it. Blue tiger's eye, russet tiger's eye, golden tiger's eye, green tiger's eye, all together in one strand. And again, the phone lines just erupt. Again, I have people who've just put the phone down buying the smoky quartz, like, I may as well just stay on the lines for the whole day, because you tell you what, you are not going to want to miss out on this deal. Your tiger's eye is exquisite. I genuinely say to you, get this home And I know you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee, but the facts are those 30 days you will not need. 30 seconds you won't need. Milliseconds, that's all you'll need to see the quality of this tiger's eye and know that you have got yourself one extraordinary quality strand. It's 285 carats of your multicoloured tiger's eye in your plain rounds, but there's nothing plain about the mesmeric qualities of this cat's eye effect. The way the light moves like a hologram, where you can see every single radiance of light play. It's an exceptional strand for the taking, and it's yours today, and I would say today only, because I can't believe this is going to hang around. All yours for one price tag. Oh, $6.95 for the quality and the luxury. You should never expect to see this grade of tiger's eye for $6.95. Don't go giving me that look. Sarah's giving me that look. She's giving me that look. Don't go, look at that. Look at that, it's even gone in, she's gone with the hunch of the shoulders.
Oh no.
How very dare you.
I was nowhere expecting that price. That is a beautiful strand. I mean, when I came over this morning and the strands were there, I was drawn to that and the smoky quartz because of their beauty, because of the, they will just go together beautifully as well.
Yes, they would, wouldn't they?
And I was just thinking, oh, you know, what a beautiful set of gemstones. But they're going to be a little bit more considered because they are so gorgeous. And those two price tags blow me out of the water.
Ridiculously low, really, to be honest, ridiculously low. But in a good way, because of course every deal is a good deal. An amazing treat at $6.95. Do trust me, these are not going to hang around. If you do see these as yours, then you will have to be very, very quick to confirm. A tremendous deal. That price tag is yours for the taking. It's $6.95. Queues on the phone lines, thank you so much for your patience. We, of course, will process your call as fast as we possibly can. You're investing your time, not your money, of course, because it is a free phone number that you're dialing, 0800 644 655, or join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. Lots still to look forward to. That chain, and everybody's now texting and going, when's the chain? Now, doing it now. As soon as we can. We've got the gold and the silver offer coming your way within today's show. Just hold on to your hands, because we've still got the topaz to fit in as well. Oh, what an hour we have. Let's go to the Wall of Fame. I have number 204, and this is Linda from Billingham. Oh, I used to do shows in the Billingham Forum years ago. I know. Oh, that's going back a good 20 plus years now, Linda. Thanks for that memory. So this is my first entry to the Wall of Fame. Have been making jewellery for about a year now. Was inspired to start making jewellery when flicking through the channels one soggy wet morning and finding Jewellery Maker, and have been hooked ever since. The necklace and bracelet set are made from abalone ovals, all from JM, and rounds with seed beads, sterling silver findings, and hope you like them. Oh, we certainly do. Congratulations. I love abalone. Such a beautiful shimmering gemstone. Yours for 204. Congratulations.
And I've got 205 here, and this is from Marie up in Aberdeen. Here is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. My first two bracelets with real gemstones. One is ruby zoisite with rose links, and the other is tiger's eye with gizmo beads in gold. Oh, I hope she stocked up some of those tiger's eye.
Yeah, exactly.
First uses the wire coiling gizmo. She says it's not perfect, but I'm still happy with the results. The photo really doesn't do them justice. She loves watching the shows and the demonstrations by the guest designers. In particular, keep up all the wonderful deals, or should she say keep it down?
Yes, keep the prices down,
Yes.
that's for sure. Gorgeous, and it's really nice to see the wire gizmo coming into, you know, you've just shown how to use it in one way, and here's another
Completely
way as well.
different way.
So lots of different offers there today in terms of thinking about one tool and its different opportunities. Let's have a look. Susan Patterson is up there in Cumbria. She says, hi all at JM. Here is my entry to this week's Wall of Fame. I decided to set myself a challenge and try and make jewellery with the kit. It's in the detail that I bought from you and nothing else. This is the result and hope you like it. See, this is the amazing thing. You know, if you don't want to go through, you know, an ad from your stash, it's really rather nice to become a designer for the day, you know, like we have here with Sarah, and say, this is, you can't do anything else other than work with what you got within the kit, and look at the result. Well, Susan, definitely worth doing that again, I think. So great looking jewellery, 206.
Wow, what a lovely collection I've got here.
It's a big collection.
It is. This is 207 and it's from Carol in Havant. Loving all the shows as usual and spending too much money, but learning much more. Please see a medley of items I've made using some earrings, including some earrings on
Sarah E theme?
Sarah E
you?
theme. I don't know. Oh, it must be. Theme from yesterday. I hope you like them. Everything from Jewellery Maker, gems, wires, finding, and everything else. And that's from Carol in Havant.
It's you.
That's me. Hurrah. Oh yes, those ones down there. Ones with a suede. There we go. Yeah, they were from the night show the other night.
I like that. I've got Hannah here, and she says, please find attachment to the Wall of Fame. This stretchy bracelet is made up of aquamarine, Botswana agate, and moonstone beads. The charms are made from using silver clay and all from Jewellery Maker. It has taken months for inspiration to strike, so now that it has finally come, I thought I would share it with you all. That's fab, and it's really rather nice just to see that, you know, every so often, I think often people say, it takes a while and then all of a sudden something just comes, like a bolt of lightning, and Hannah, that's a good bolt of lightning to have. That's gorgeous beautiful piece of jewellery in your 208. We have lots still to look forward to. 10 metres of chain, brand new, never been seen before. We have already spoken to the call centre, so they are going to be set up for it. We have got a gold finish, and we've also got the silver finish coming your way, plus we've got the topaz. That's all to look forward to. Don't forget, not that you're going to, we have got our launch tomorrow of the die cutting, and everybody's raving about it. Everybody's excited to see what it's all about. We've got the company of Debbie Kershaw, who is, I mean, emailing all the time, just going, oh, it's brilliant, love it, love it, love it. You need to join us for the whole show tomorrow because it's going to be tremendous. Looking forward to seeing you there. But before that, don't forget, don't look away for a second, because coming up straight after the break, I've got the blue topaz and I've got the brand new chain.
Buying jewellery online from us has just become even easier with our new streamlined checkout service. We've made some little changes to make our website more accessible for all of the different ways you shop online, and now it's even easier using a mobile phone or tablet. Once you have added your items to your shopping basket, you can decide to check out now or save for later. Saving an item for later means you can easily find them in your own time, but don't forget to check back soon, as all our items are selling fast. One of just a few changes that will make buying jewellery from us even easier.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy to follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we have a commitment to providing genuine gemstones. We do that by up to 3 lab tests, and we have our own in-house gemologists. That therefore means that when we say genuine gemstones, that's exactly what you're getting.
You can now keep in touch by following Jewellery Maker on Twitter. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Hello, welcome back. Great to have your company. I'm Vicki. For those of you not met Vicki, or should I just say my name's Vicki rather than Vicki? But you can call us Vic, Stick, Mick. I have no idea where that's coming. But I've got your presenter pick. Yay! Yay! I was like, where's that going, Vix? No idea. And then I've realised we have got, yeah, my sister calls me Vic Stick. That's my sister's nickname for me, Vic Stick. So why? Because she says many, many times that I look like a stick. That's it. I'm a stick. That's nice, isn't it? That's kind of it's better than what she used to call me, which is golf ball head. But not just call me it. She used to do pictures when I was a teenager. She used to do pictures of a golf ball and my face, right, on a tee, and just stick them around the whole of the house. So I would go like, see, I would go. Like you'd go at the toilet, right, and you'd lift up the toilet lid and you'd have a picture of Vicky the golf ball head, and then you'd go to turn off the light in the bedroom and there's like Vicky the golf ball head around the light. That's my sister did that for years. So I know I've got a round face. I know that because of course I used to be called hamster and gerbil and everything because I've got big cheeks, and I know how I look. I have to look at myself every day. But oh my goodness me, Vicky the golf ball head. So now it's Vic Stick. Vic Stick I can cope with much more than I can golf ball head, you know. Ooh, golf ball head. It's actually really interesting where, like, nicknames, you know, because there's ones that obviously you can cope with, like, yeah, well, you have no choice if you look like a gerbil, you have to accept it, don't you, just be called gerbil head. But golf ball head, not so easy. We have my presenter pick for you right now. Now you know my ins and outs of my youth, and yes, let's go straight on. Let's go straight on to my pick for you, and I know it's going to sell out today because quite categorically we just don't do this gemstone at the price I'm about to give you it for, because you know you've had some amazing deals on your smoky quartz and on your tiger's eye. We're not going to stop there. Now if I pop this against the hand, you can instantly see these beautiful aqua tones. Now earlier on Sarah said, Vix, is that aquamarine? And you know what, Sarah's so right to have thought, because it has so many traits of aquamarine. But the interesting thing about topaz to something like an aquamarine is its ability for diaphanity. Diaphanity being the transparency of the gemstone, the translucency, the way the light can move through the stone. So if you ever hear of your jewellery makers or your gemologists, etc., talk about diaphanity, it's about the translucency of the gem, the way the light can move through the stone. Now, interestingly enough, this is a gemstone that's not that easy to cut, although I think we make it look very easy. It's actually quite challenging because it needs to be cut along a certain axis. Now, there's AB and then there's the C axis. So there's the A and the B axis, and then there's the C axis. Now, the moment you start to talk about the crystal structure of a gemstone, most people go, la la la, I don't even understand. But actually on this gemstone, it's really crucial to cut along the right axis, because if you do, you'll get the saturation of the colour, you'll get much strength, you'll get much more intensity of colour, and the quality is coming out. If you cut along the AB axis, it's all about getting the lighter tones, you'll get much more of the softer tones. And that's the interesting thing about topaz, it has to be cut properly, otherwise you lose out on everything that you want the gemstone to be. So it's a very difficult gemstone to cut. You have to have very highly skilled craftsmen to understand the AB and the C axis, because the two of them are so very, very different. And that's when you start to look at the quality of this piece in all its glory. Let me put it against a black backdrop, because I think that's when you'll really see the quality of the stone through and through. And it has this really soft aquamarine-like tone, quite right with Sarah saying aquamarine tones, but this time, as I say, look at the diaphanity, the transparency, look at the way it's being cut. So we've gone for the C axis, and when we've gone for the C axis, it means that we've gone for that beautiful quality of colour as well as that beautiful transparency. Lovely look. And a price tag which I think really does sit very well with today's pricing. We've done beautiful tiger's eye and smoky quartz for some tremendous pricing. This is most certainly a strand of one of our feature stones of choice of the moment. Of course, December's birthstone, so really, really good stone if you are working towards selling jewellery with every birthstone available. You could do that right now with this amazing deal. You've got your aqua blue topaz, and it's yours for the taking for just 12.95. A full strand. How many pieces of jewellery can you make from one strand? And then remind yourself it's £12.95. Even if we just base it on earrings, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Looks like there's about 20 on the strand. So that means what, 10 pairs of earrings? Each pair of earrings costing you £1.29. £1.29 for just the gemstones. Well, you haven't got £1.29. Add a finding. Literally, add one shepherd hook, which is going to cost you what, 20p, something like that, 25p. You might want to go for the silver. So even it's going to cost you 50 pence for a sterling silver shepherd hook. You're still only paying £1.70, £1.80 for a pair of topaz earrings. Now, I went on the internet earlier on today, and all I did was I typed in first of all blue topaz, and the resulting jewellery that came up, this was just a standard search engine, typed in blue topaz, the standard pricing that came up on the band, they normally do 5 or 6 pieces of jewellery that flashes up, 600 and something pounds, 300 and something, 200 and something, 155, they were all gold set. So then I thought, oh, okay, let's just type in blue topaz and silver. So I typed that in, and then it was £66, it was £49, it wasn't £2.50. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't anywhere near that pricing. That's the reality of this kind of gemstone. It has a command and a demand on pricing to be a lot more considered than the price you're going to get with us from the ingredients to make your own jewellery. Work with sterling silver, of course, and add that extra luxury, because that's probably what this gemstone demands and commands. Topaz is a highly regarded gem, so set it in your silver, and hey presto, you've got yourself jewellery that, you know, if you went to try and buy elsewhere, you could be spending a lot more money. Go on our website right now. We really don't have anything quite like this, and certainly not for this pricing. Our topaz, I would standardly expect it to be about the £20 plus, 25, something like that. It's £12.95 for you there. £12.95. Congratulations, fantastic deal. Now, did you do it? Did you actually text somebody in the break?
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
I know, my husband's got him on the phone.
Did you?
I did. He's probably thinking, I've got to do what? Do what? I had to tell him my password and my login and everything.
You have actually done that as well, I can tell. I'm expecting that in the next 10 seconds, the calls go from what I've got. That's hilarious. I said it and I was thinking, I'd probably give it another 10 seconds or so. It's time for the chain. Chain, chain, chain. 10 meters of chain. Change it. Okay, I'll stop now. Yes, I mean, look at that. It's crazy. The moment you say 10 meters of chain, everybody goes, what? Say, what? They're doing what? Yep, 10 meters of chain. It's all about the chain right now, and we are seriously gonna give you a deal and a half. This is gonna be mega. I've got 40, 50. Look at this. I've got. You will hit an engage tone at this point. Just to highlight, if you're on the phone lines, I have got people waiting. There will be engage tones. If you hear the beep, 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 you will have to hang up and dial again. You've got to wait till you hear hello and welcome to Jewellery Maker. That's when you're in the queue. You have got to get that. Otherwise, you're going to buy on the web. That's it. That's the best way to do it. Buy on the web. Literally. Yeah. Like Sarah's husband right now. Buy on the web. Click, click, click. Buy now. Because if you don't, there will be people like Sarah who'll be buying 2 or 3 of these because it's trade pricing that we're going to do. And if you're somebody who wants to make jewellery coming up into the next few weeks and months for Christmas, this is what you need. 10 meters of your silver plated copper Rolo chain. 3 millimeter in size. Oh my goodness me. 100 allocated before I even talk about the price tag. Yours for the taking. 10 meters of silver plated copper chain for just £11.95. That works out what, less than £1.20 a meter? Yeah, less than £1.20 a metre for your chain. Buy more than one, I tell you, this is going to go around. I have limited availability now because so many people, half the stock has gone within seconds, literally within seconds. And don't think that we started with just a handful. We started with a decent quantity. In fact, I'd suggest like more than decent quantity. It's going to be gone. £11.95. You know, when we do things like this, we do it in style, and £11.95 is in style. 0800 644 655. You will hit a queue. Join us on the web if you have the alternative, www.jewellerymaker.com. Sarah's husband, you had better be buying this now, because if you don't, she will be so annoyed.
That's it. I'm going to ground him from going to the rugby on Saturday if he hasn't got this.
Ooh,
Yeah.
now that's fighting talk. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, I could almost hear him quaking in his door. His little socks now. He's like that. Oh no, I want to go to the rugby. £11.95. I have got now last stock to offer. It's a big offer. A third of the stock now left. That's it. 2/3 gone. A third of the stock left. It's a big deal. It's a big chance to get, well, what you know you want, really. 10 meters of silver plated copper Rolo chain. And as you can see there, the Rolo chain is beautiful size links, and they interlock in each other. So there's lots of different variant types of chain, but this one is the Rolo chain, so it's link on link. It's individual links that you have here. £11.95 is all you pay. Congratulations if you've got that one. Treat and a half. Hold those phone lines. This will be a sellout for today. This will not be around. This will not be around tomorrow, or let's say this deal in particular. It will be a sellout today. I'm hoping we get more chain in. I'm hoping that we'll start to see some chain coming through in the next few days, weeks, months. But all I'll say is right now, you've got the Rolo chain for £11.95. It's a big treat to get so much. 10 meters. I mean, I can't even guess how many pieces of jewelry that is, because, well, let's think about it. If you've got, see, I work in inches when it comes to a wristwear. What does it work out at if it's a...
Well, hang on, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 pieces there that have got chain in, plus the earrings. That's 4 pieces out of that kit, and I had loads of chain left over.
Yeah, that was a metre of chain, wasn't it? So even if you worked on the fridge for five pieces of jewellery, just work on the fridge for 5 pieces of jewellery.
Easy. If
That's
not
50
more.
pieces of jewellery you could be making. And that's chain, like using the chain. Yeah, I can't, that's going to be gone. Sorry if you miss out on that. Stay on the lines though. Stay on the lines. Because, I'm sorry to say, I don't have as much quantity of this next chain. But if you missed out on the silver chain, you're not going to want to miss out on this now, are you? It's there again. 10 meters of your gold plated copper Rolo chain. 10 meters. You really want, I can tell, really, right. Click on that web if you've got available the website. Please don't expect that if you're on the phone lines that we'll be able to answer your call in anything other than in strict rotation. Hold those lines and we'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. Now is the time to buy, because you've got an incredible 10 meters, you're gold plated this time, of your Rolo chain for one price tag, and that price tag, £11.95. Again, we're there, £11.95. I mean, you just know that you've got to tune in on every single day on Jewellery Maker. You never know what's going to happen next. We don't know what's going to happen next, because you know the fact, Sarah, is that our stock list is moving all the time. Our vault is being full and being manipulated all the time. We have consignments coming in. We have a big shipment coming in at the moment. So you just never know what's going to happen next on our channel. I promise you, we genuinely don't know what's going to happen next, because there is so much coming in. We're heading towards Christmas, and we know this is a very busy time for you. It's a busy time for us. So you've got to predict from now on is that you can't predict anything. Is that you've got to watch every day to find out what we're going to throw at you, because these are the kind of deals that you don't want to miss out on. But if you tuned in and you didn't know this was going to happen, what a nice surprise. £11.95, 10 meters of your gold plated copper Rolo chain, 3 mil. It's now limited stock, last available offer now. Please do remain on those phone lines. Please don't hang up. By hanging up you miss out. Don't forget, you have got a P&P that you can add as many times as you like on for the whole day. So the nicest part about it is that make the most of that. We've got another deal that you're not going to want to miss out on. I'm just going to say the words sapphire and spinel.
Our standard delivery is now only £2.95 per day, regardless of how many pieces of jewellery are added to your order. Delivery takes between 4 to 6 working days, and if you want your jewellery quicker, simply speak to our call centre about our premium delivery service.
We all know that you need the right tools for the job. So here at Jewellery Maker, we have developed our very own tool set just for you. In this larger set, we have provided more tools to help you develop your jewellery making skills even further. The kit includes wire cutters, a bead reamer with replacement tips, an awl, tweezers with a scoop, a sliding gauge, a snip, and all the essential pliers you will need. All of this is yours for just $15.95, neatly presented in a carrying case with an embossed Jewellery Maker logo. Stay tuned for more advice, tutorials and demonstrations of jewellery making. We provide the tools, you provide the skill.
Die cutting special show tomorrow. It is the launch of our very, very special die cutting, and we can't wait. We are so excited. We'll have the company of Debbie Kershaw. We've well, I know for us as a team and as a company, we are really, really thrilled to have the offers that we have coming your way tomorrow. There's lots of our guest designers who have been privy to see this, and they are really excited. I know pretty much every person who has seen it, they want to buy it. So that's how big it is tomorrow. Tune in. Look forward to having your company then. But in the meantime, I said the words sapphire and spinel. And when I said those two words, you were probably expecting it to be two separate offers. But it's not. Sapphire and spinel together. Sapphire and spinel. Well, you say the word sapphire, of course, September's birthstone, a very, very impressive gemstone to have as an attribute to your jewellery making. The moment you start to then put it alongside spinel, it is a dazzling gemstone. In fact, let's just see that spinel on its own. This gemstone has the same cubic structure as a diamond. That therefore means that if you love the light reaction of a diamond, and in particular a back diamond, then that's exactly what you have in terms of potential from this spinel. Luster like no other. Luster that just really radiates off the surface of the stone. So you have here your luxury for less opportunity to own not just one strand of luxury, which is your sapphire, but also this amazing diamond-like quality of spinel. So well faceted, so well designed to really give you something different to your gemstone quality jewellery. You know, this is really going to add in that edge of something unique. We are adding in sapphire, and I do need to hold this out so you can see so much potential. You've got there your pinks to your reds almost sitting within this sapphire range. What a great gemstone. Many of those colours going deep enough to be almost a ruby-like quality. I'd say pink sapphire. I wouldn't call it ruby, but I'd say you've certainly got colours towards there. But it's definitely sapphire. You know, the visuals of these are so fresh, beautiful qualities. So it's your sapphire and spinel luxury bundle, but it's luxury for less. Now the question has got to be, when you're bringing together two highly sought after gemstones, of course spinel sits in the crown jewels and at the center of the imperial crown jewels at that. If you ever see the imperial state crown, the center gemstone, many people think that it's a ruby, but it's not, it's spinel. And interestingly enough, I researched the other day, so if you ever see the imperial state crown, it has a beautiful big red gemstone, and that big red gemstone they thought was ruby. It's actually spinel. What they did is then set a ruby above that, because then they can say that there is ruby in the crown jewels. So I know, a bit sneaky really, because it says ruby and you go, oh, it's a ruby, but actually ruby's above, it's the spinel that's the feature. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
It's amazing. I went round the Tower of London and I was saying to my son that big red gemstone is not a ruby, and the people were looking at me as if to say, but it's got to be, it says it's a ruby. No. And I said, he didn't believe me. I said, go and speak to one of the yeoman warders, and he went and spoke to him and he said, yeah, that's true.
See? It's so cool, isn't it? It's so cool to like have those little information, because we did exactly the same. My aunties and I and my mum and my sister went to London a few months ago, literally probably a couple of months ago, and we went on a tour bus because my sister had broken her leg, so we couldn't walk. We had to go on one of those two buses, so we were on the top deck and we went past the Tower of London, and at the Tower of London there's a massive banner. It's a huge banner that has the crown, the Imperial State crown sitting there, and I said, oh, you know, and I told my aunties it's spinel, da-da-da. And the lady who was doing the commentary obviously overheard me say it, and she went, is that true? And I was like, yeah, it is. And she was just like, oh, and she wrote it down as one of the things that she was going to tell everybody from that point onwards. Look at the state crown, it's not a ruby, it's spinel. I was like, yay!
More people who know, you know, it's not that it's a bad thing, because spinel's just such a beautiful
Oh no, I think it's the exact opposite. Yeah. I think it just goes to highlight how amazing spinel is, and with having the cubic structure of a diamond, but also the beauty of a sapphire and ruby, it's almost that all the boxes of desirability are ticked, aren't they?
And I love the diversity of colour you get with spinel. That's just
such an exciting gemstone, it
special.
Really is. And then let's not forget about that sapphire. What a special opportunity this is. You've got here luxury for less, double strands. Now, 2 strands of highly regarded gemstones. Each one of them could easily be commanding the £10 to £20 bracket. Yes, they could. But actually, today, forget that. On a limited edition offer, both strands, both of them, for £12.95. Less than £6.50 a strand for deluxe gemstones. Less than £6.50 a strand for your deluxe gems. It's luxury for less all the way. Spinel and sapphires, gemstones both found in the crown jewels. In fact, many of the European crown jewels as well, both of these gemstones are features to that. Topaz is one of the featured gemstones in the European crown jewels. This is the thing you've got to remember, you're working with top grade gemstones. This is not synthetic replicas. This is the real deal, and although the prices may be quite hard to assimilate the fact that you're working with top grade stones, because it doesn't make sense to say £6.50 for a strand of sapphire, that's exactly what you've got. We'll give you a certificate of authenticity. You can print that out for yourself. You can also trust us because you're coming to a company that works alongside, we have in-house gemologists, we have laboratory reports, so that you know that you've got the guarantee of these are genuine gemstones, not the synthetic replicas that do come into the open market. I mean, you can go to your local jeweler shop at the moment, and at the I'm finding there's a lot of jewelers that have these big advertisements that are sapphire, and then underneath in just little writing they'll go synthetic, or they'll go you know, replica, anything like that. There's a lot of jewelers these days will set synthetic sapphires into gold and then just, you know, play on the fact that it's sapphire in gold. But what they don't often tell you, although they do because it's in little writing, is that it's actually probably a replica. It's a man-made product. We're giving you the real deal, and you can tell that because of the natural forming of the crystal as well. £12.95, £6.50, well, less than £6.50 a strand. Congratulations. Busy day today. It has been fantastic, of course. Oh, and let me show you the jewellery that's been made. Let's have a look at this gorgeous jewellery. Who's made this? Ah, the lovely Sue's made this, as you can see. Very pretty design. Really simple, and of course that tassel, a sapphire tassel. And if you've just got the chain, well, this design really would be perfect, wouldn't it? You just get that chain that we've just done, the 10 meters, and then add in your gems. Job's done. Job is done. Right then, straight on we go. Oops. And we're moving on. Now, I showed you this at the very beginning of the show, and I said this is the Winter Wonderland design. For me, these are the gemstones that really are what you want from your winter collection of jewellery. That frosted feel, that ice-like touch, and the attention to detail, these gloriously carved, floral-inspired, twisted finish quartz. Now you're getting a double strand of the carved. In fact, let me take these off and show you. There you go. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful rounds. So you have here 140 carats of these gorgeous crackle quartz twisted rounds, and they're 8mm, and the quality of that craftsmanship, you've got this angular movement like a wave almost coming up and over the gems. Every single one of these pieces has been cut to perfection. And we have in the building at the moment one of the finest regarded gem cutters in the world, Glenn Lear. You may have heard of him. If you haven't heard of him, just type in Glenn Lear and you'll see that he is a world-renowned lapidarist. In fact, his skills are to the point where they have many of his pieces of jewellery in museums. They are so well renowned within his sphere. He is a master craftsman of cutting gems. And one of the nicest things about him working alongside us is that he inspires us to get the very best out of our gemstones in every single cut. He works alongside many of our lapidarists to really encourage the fine art of lapidary work like this. And you've got a double strand here. This is a double strand of your carved lapidary detailed crystal quartz. Clear quartz, beg your pardon. And then on top of that, we're adding in your cubes as well, your crackled cubes. And I love these. I just think they're so funky. They're 5 to 6 mil. They're like little ice cubes that you've got, and you could really get some fun jewellery. I will never ever forget, and this was probably 2.5+ years ago, the lovely Linda and myself did a show. And Linda made a charm bracelet, a mega charm bracelet from one strand like this. Can you remember it? Isn't that what Claire's just gone? I know exactly which one you're talking about, Vix. I will never forget that piece of jewellery. Why I didn't buy that piece of jewellery is beyond me, because I'm so annoyed that I didn't, because I was always wanted to have that look. I could remake it though. I could actually take that, and you could use now the carved flowers, and you could get the cubes and make an amazing dazzling charm bracelet, especially if you got the chain. If you got the chain, this would be fantastic. If you want to join us, this is your Frosty Mornings crackle quartz. You've got 3 strands and you're cutting it together in one deal. The price you should be paying on this, almost £19. That's already good. But instead, how about £12.95? All 3 strands for just £12.95. Let me show you just one crackle quartz. Those gorgeous. And the nicest thing about these is that the nicest aspect of our jewellery making is that you can take one and get a feature piece of jewellery, or you can take them all and make a feature piece of jewellery. The choice is yours. You could do gorgeous charm detailing like this. There you go. And the thing is you could put any colour against the crackle quartz and it will pick up. You can put any gold or any metal finish and it'll pick up that colouring. Beading thread. Oh, some of the gorgeous wax cord that we did today, you know, the wax cord and the satin cord. Any of those work against those colours, and these gems just pick up the colour that you put against it and just almost optimise, maximise on that quality. So you've got there 3 lots of feature gemstones for £12.95. £12.95. Now then, let's just hold this 3-strand pack and let's just drop these in, because this is quite simply idyllic. How fabulous is this combination? Now, it is just an incredible arrangement of colours that you're getting from this strand. Juicy colours, that's the best way to describe it. Juicy colours. Those colours are just going to illuminate. You've got your raspberries, you've got your limes, you've got your lemons, you've got your mulberry tones, and you've got them all together in as teals there. I can see some teal blues, all in one strand. They are so impressive. 14mm in each one of these. And as I say, work them by themselves and they're really going to come to life, because you can take all of the pinks, all of the lemons, all of the greens and bring them together as separate colourings, or alternatively mix them with something like the clear quartz and again get a totally different look. You could have so many different alternative resulting jewellery from just one strand by deciding how you're going to play with the colours. Mix them together as they are on the strand, or mix them as individual colour pots to work with this. You've got lots and lots of potential in this one strand, over 500 carats within this crackle quartz rounds. They're 14mm, so good size, and all yours for one price tag. And I tell you what, you've seen the tiger's eye for less than a tenner, you've seen the smoky quartz for less than a tenner. Surely we can't do over 500 carats of crackle quartz for less than a tenner. We so can. Yes, we can. This is what it's all about today. I told you it's a Feel Good Friday and we're feeling good. I've turned into a horse. I'd literally turned it. $9.95. I've been a cricket, I've been a chicken, and now I've done yeah. I could top it all off and give you my sheep impression. That could be the final flourish. I could do that. Tom is giving me the eyebrows and the nod. Tom wants the sheep. Okay. Meh. 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 I know, and I have to do that. I have to do the straining to get the right sound. I can't relax and do it. I can't be a relaxed sheep. I just can't be a relaxed sheep. $9.95. Did I know that I was going to say sometime in this 4 hours, I can't be a relaxed sheep? I didn't think I was going to say that. I couldn't pre-plan that one, could I? $9.95 is what I pay. If you do want to join us, now's the time to do so. 0800 644 655. Colour, colour, colour. Oh my goodness me. What a treat and a half. What a treat and a half. Double trouble. Oh, sorry about that sound. Double trouble deal. Yes. It definitely comes with an ooh. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a horrible ooh sound though, isn't it? Okay, stop. Double trouble deal. Be prepared. This is not going to hang around. This is not going to hang around at all. And I don't know whether Sheila's back from her holidays, but if she isn't, she's going to be cursing when she sees what we've done. She is going to be... Sheila, the last time she worked with these, I can't even go there. She raved, literally raved about these the whole show long. She just loves them. And I have a feeling, I don't think she is back yet from her holidays. So, I don't think she is, no. I know. She's going to go crazy with us. And I'm laughing, but I'm laughing because I'm quite nervous. How about this? How about this? We are bringing you 2 lots of your double trouble. That's it. These are your gold flash copper faceted cubes. How about owning 390, I think it is, something like that. It's 300 and something, is it? 395, is it? 395 you get. I know it's an odd number, but 395. I'm wondering if I just pick these up and just take a look at these. Now, the size of the internal diameter, you can actually see on that close-up, you see they're actually really big, open diameter, which is great because, of course, if you're working with your threads, etc., you want to know that you've got plenty of versatility to work these with a variety of the different monofilaments, the beading threads, your elastic, etc. You can certainly do that with all of those permutations because it's a 2.5mm size. So you're getting in total 790. In total in this bundle you are getting 790 of these gold flash copper faceted cubes. Your price tag for one is $7.95. Your limited edition double trouble deal, we're talking a big deal. £3 for the second pack. I bet you any money. I tell you what, I bet that Sheila, she's there. I think she was going over to somewhere like Egypt, wasn't she?
I can't remember where she was going.
Yes, I bet she's sitting on her sunbed right now. I wouldn't be surprised if she's even got us on Wi-Fi watching us. I can almost feel her penetrating from wherever she is going, she's done what? Like that. She'd be sending us a video. I am watching. I know what you're up to. £10.95. She's like me mum. My mum always knew when I did something wrong, and I didn't do many things wrong because I was a bit of a goody two-shoes, fair dues. I wish I'd have done more things wrong. But children, don't do anything wrong because your mum and dad, they deserve to have an easy life. And the thing is that if I ever did anything wrong, and I always thought my mum would never find out, she did.
Oh, well.
Like Sheila, she'll know about this somehow. Even if she's not watching, she'll find out. Because they have this extrasensory perception. Don't they? Mums. I'm talking about mums have that. They.
I had the silver version of these as part of it. Well, it wasn't part of a challenge, but I
You made it.
I asked very nicely. And if you did get the loom earlier, they look amazing on the
Can you loom with them?
You can loom with those. And again, if you're doing your cummy hemo, your braiding, or any of those sorts of projects, these add that certain little sparkle to it.
Really?
Oh, just amazing. Just changes the look completely. You imagine that friendship type bracelet with those sewn on the front of them.
Oh, just
instead of the blue beads, we'll just put the gold on that. Just change it completely.
But when we did the bead, the satin cord, we had the red and the green, and I said put a little bit of gold in.
Yeah.
Adding that gold would just add such a lovely Christmassy finish.
If you get so many, you're not thinking, I just need to use one or two. You go for it. And they go in everything. They're brilliant.
Absolutely. It's going to be a sellout, that one. Congratulations, you're successful. £10.95. Right then, we just had a double trouble. How about triple trouble?
Ooh.
But triple trouble on sterling silver. Amelia, I need another board doll because I didn't want to mess up that, sorry. Thank you, lovely lady. Sterling silver triple trouble. Thank you, gorgeous. How about one? Oh, they're gorgeous. These would have been great on the Strictly show because they're all sparkly, aren't they? Two. And in each pack that I'm showing you here, you're getting 40, okay? Take a look. Sterling silver, 40 in a pack. So that means you're getting 120 in total, and it is going to be a triple trouble deal. Now, how about here? How about Lasonia? They are faceted like a disco ball. So if you love like that faceting of the disco ball when the light catches, that's exactly what you've got here. Take a look at these. They're absolutely gorgeous. Your price tag that you have here, absolutely glorious. An amazing deal. Triple trouble. You're buying 120 of your sterling silver faceted beads for just For those of you who think that I know what's going to happen in this show, for those of you who think that I have any inkling of what happens in this show, if I'd have known that these were going to go sterling silver to £6.95, do you really think that I wouldn't have blurted it out at the very beginning of the show? You know me, I can't hide a secret for any love nor money. Do you know what I mean? The facts are, is that I would have blurted this out. I cannot tell you that this was going to happen because I didn't have a Scooby-Doo. I did not have a clue. But you've got it for £6.95, 120 faceted beads for £6.95. That is seriously low. I mean, some things that we talk about through the prep of the show, and other things, well, nothing can prepare you for this kind of deal. Low stock offer, quite amazing deal. That is 120 faceted sterling silver beads for £6.95. Pretty ridiculous, but pretty amazing at exactly the same time. And you could kumi hemo, and you could do all of those different things with these as well.
You can indeed, and
sterling silver.
You know, those just take those braids to another level to your cummy hemo. Oh, just You have to with those pearls, because if you're going to use pearls, even pearls with an amazing price tag like they have at Jewellery Maker, I would want to put nothing less than sterling silver with them.
No, I know that's how I feel about pearls.
Pearls to me are just so special, and they deserve that quality. And I think, you know, you may have loads of other gemstones at home and you think, actually, you know what, at that price I can afford to put sterling silver with them. I can just go for it. And when you get so many for such a great price, you're not precious with them. You put 3 or 4 in a pair of earrings and you get that light and that sparkle. And you throw them all over the desk.
I am, yeah.
It's all right, I do that at home. But you get so much from them. There's so much quality. That's just gorgeous. And what a price.
Isn't it? A phenomenal opportunity there. So you've got your sterling silver spacer beads. Now you just need to get the pearls to finish it all off. These are your feature pearls, our early bird offer, 7x5 to 8x5 millimeter, and your price tag with top drill detail, which I rather like. I think that it just adds an extra detail to your jewellery making potential. One price tag, your pearls are coming in at £6.95. We had a really good stock, but we're now down to last of stock. So if you would like to join us, work with that sterling silver, and I just know you're going to get a lot of jewellery making out of one strand and those sterling silver beads. If you would like to join us, 0800 644 655 is the number to dial, or you can join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And those sterling silver beads are just going to really add that luxury edge. Oh no, that's sterling silver on the floor then. Uh-oh. Yeah, sorry, Amelia. It's fine, it's fine. She'll have me later. She pretends that she's nice, but she has me later. Oh, where's it gone? Where's that tube gone?
I've got mine over here. I redid it for you. I don't know. Oh.
What have I done with it? Ah, there it is. Thanks, Amelia. Thank you, gorgeous. Nice dancing to bring it there. I appreciate that. Your challenge, Sarah, today was a gorgeous deluxe selection of your hematite sources. We're guaranteeing 400 carats in this tube, and as you can see, you've got your gold, you've got your rainbow colours, and you've got your silver. Now, we had a larger quantity than yesterday, which was rather good news because we had a lot of people missing out yesterday. So why not add to your order? Why not really make that added bonus to get this fantastic deal? If you got any of the chain today, don't underestimate how well these could go with the chain. In fact, let me bring that chain in and then let's just show you with the gold chain. How fab would that be? That really would look amazing, wouldn't it? That would be real Italian influenced jewellery making. And do you want me to do the same again for the silver? That chain's going to come off that. There we go. Look at this. Again, they just would go so well together. And actually the multicolour in the middle goes with both of them. Yep. It's a bit of a bonus, isn't it? Really nice detail. Let me just drop that chain over. Gosh, you get so much chain. I think that is now sold out, the chain, by the way, for anybody who was hoping to get the chain. Sorry, it's gone. We have got for you a full tube of your hematite sources. Lots and lots of potential to create lots of either detailed jewellery or use them as spacers to add even more detail to your jewellery. Either way, your price tag for this full tube comes in at just $6.95. And you've worked lots with this, and yet it looks like you've done almost nothing in terms of the tube.
I thought I had to put them back in the tube, which is why if you heard me rattling earlier, just to show how little I'd used, because I was amazed at how little I've used. I just wanted to see. I thought I'd probably used half the tube, but I haven't.
Not even that?
No.
That's such an impressive opportunity, isn't it?
It is, because I've used literally solely the tube of gems, and you get so much. And the bead looming, you normally use quite a lot of beads. Hasn't even dinted it.
No,
not dinted it at all.
And just look at that. God, I love those earrings as well as the bracelet. Those earrings are so funky. That bracelet's amazing.
Yeah, a bit different.
Yeah, that's a brilliant way to just show how the bead loom works.
Yeah. And and just showing one product and one tool what you can make is just, it's great. I love the fact that sometimes less is more. The fact that I haven't put anything else with them.
No.
Other than a little bit of chain and some findings.
No,
that is it.
And the biggest thing that I like is that because you've got the 3 different variant metal finishes, because you've got the rainbow, then you've got the gold, and you've got the silver, you've actually already got loads of different combinations that you can work with from one tube.
Yes.
For $6.95.
I know.
You're never going to get the same jewellery twice, are you?
No, and you can choose whether you want to put all 3 beads together, whether you want to make the earrings where I've just put the gold and silver together, or whether you just want to use one colour choice. And you're going to have so many permutations of what you can make, where you want to take it. It's just amazing. And the value, I mean, I honestly can't believe that that's all I've used out of the tube, because literally that bracelet is solid gems.
Incredible deal. If you would like to join us, the phone lines are busy again. 0800 644 655. We still have quantity, but it is going very, very quickly. Now, I am going to say quite simply that if you think today's been busy, well, tomorrow is just... today has been Feel Good Friday. Tomorrow is Sizzling Saturday. The phone lines are going to be so hot, our call centre won't be able to pick them up because it is going to be busy, busy tomorrow. We are launching our die cutting... tools and ingredients and lots of loveliness. It's so exciting for us to be able to bring you. We've got lots of demonstrations and lots to look forward to tomorrow, so please do join us. Please also be prepared, like just like today, if you're on the phone lines you'll have to be patient. If you're going to buy from the web, be logged in at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock you need to be logged in. I'm being very specific there because we are going to head straight in with deals tomorrow, no messing around. And if you like the chain, if you liked what we did with the chain today, you're going to love tomorrow as well. That was me being really unsubtle. We've got lots still to look forward to today. Join us at 5 o'clock with the Late Show. 4 more hours of amazing deals that you can keep on adding to your order. I'll see you tomorrow. Make it a date. Saturday, 9 o'clock. It's going to be great. Sarah, thank you so much for today. See you.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmoat, Redditch, B989HF.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.99.